as just a character. He was like I know Duke and then Hawk were like the leaders, and I know like Flint was number 3.
Yeah.
But like I always thought because he was the one more likely to get in the shit with the other Joes, yet he was still kind of like their superior. So I don't know, like this, and I don't know what the hierarchy is, but like if there's General Hawk and then Duke's like the colonel or whatever, and then like Flint's like the lieutenant that gets in the shit with the dudes.
I think it's like Hawk, Duke, Beachhead, Flint is like our equals. I think is how it went because it was like officers and then enlisted. So yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, okay. And then so Cobra would be Storm Shadow, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Max.
When I was a
Sarge
kid,
was my favorite.
like everybody was obsessed with Snake Eyes, and I thought Storm Shadow was by far the cooler dude. I read some of the comics, not a lot. I didn't follow the entire comic series, but even in the comics, and I'll be honest, even in all the movies they have put out, which have not been good movies, Storm Shadow has always been the best character in any of the 3 movies that they put out. He was the best Cobra character in the comics and in the series. He had the most, like his backstory was awesome. Like, I don't know.
Snake Eyes works better as a comic character than he does a real life or animated character.
So I'd say like Sergeant Slaughter, easy, hands down, my favorite. But like other than that, Shipwreck.
Shipwreck was awesome.
And Shipwreck and Snake Eyes were a good duo because Shipwreck talked too much and Snake Eyes didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
So that was like those episodes are my favorite with those two together. And Shipwreck was just like a good comic relief, but serious enough.
Yeah.
And
he had one of my favorite episodes ever, which was that 2-parter.
Yeah.
You know, which we've talked about before, where he's like, where Cobra puts him in the town where he thinks it's like he's lost his memory for the last 10 years and he's got a wife and all that shit. I think that's like my favorite episodes of G.I. Joe. And that was all Shipwreck, you know.
Yeah. I like it's a tie between Serpentor. I love him because he's almost like a theatrical. He belongs in Shakespeare, but they put him in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
He is over the top. And then I like the twins. Those guys are always my favorite.
Tomax and Zaymot.
Yes, I love them. So yeah, those are mine, man.
Dude, that thing looks awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. I'm glad you like it.
Looks really good.
I touched up the spider too because the paint was wore off it.
Yeah.
And a lot of areas on the blue I fixed up. Paint your pins too on the inside the arms.
Oh, nice. Dude, I just wanted a head paint, and you like fucking went all to town on this fucker.
I can't just.
But Duke, speaking of Tomax and Zaymot.
Oh yeah.
One of them's on.
They both come with the exact same thing. They just got their hair parted on the other side and their shoulder armors on the other side. Other than that, it's the same figure.
One have a scar.
This MP5 is badass. Dude, it's got a removable magazine.
Oh,
take the suppressor off of it and everything.
Oh, I like
off the suppressor off. This little MP5 is sweet.
Yeah.
I just picked them up because Amazon put them on sale for like $11 a piece. So I picked up both of them.
Awesome.
Yeah, one of them's back up to normal price, another one's still on clearance price.
Yeah. I grabbed both of them. I was like, fuck yeah. So, but yeah, Tomax and Zaymot.
Oh,
cool.
No porn music tonight. What's going on?
The what?
No porn music tonight.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
I didn't think we were live for a while. It's like, wait, there's no music going on.
Where's the porn music? Give me a second here.
Porn music for the win.
There we go.
All right. Favorite G.I. Joes. I heard you guys talking. I had to chime in. I'm going to go with Gung Ho.
Gung Ho.
And, Gung Ho and Shipwreck.
Yep.
Yeah. Just because the cartoon Shipwreck had a lot of personality. He was a bit of a smartass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gung Ho that's Duke right there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Now, as far as I know, the chain of command goes Hawk because he was a general, then Duke, and then Flint. Flint was technically a warrant officer, and then I think you had And then you had Beachhead, who was a master sergeant, and then you had Leatherneck, who was a gunnery sergeant. And then Sergeant Slaughter was equal to him underneath, because Sergeant Slaughter took command a couple of times too. He was a senior NCO. So
Slaughter didn't care. He ordered General Hawk around.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Kick his ass? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, wasn't Duke like a
master sergeant?
He was a master.
He was a sergeant major. He was a sergeant major.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, he was an E9. Yeah.
Okay. I wanna let me see.
I think in one of the, I don't know if it was canon or not, but in one of the comic books they had him listed as a colonel, which I don't know about all that. But
that's what I thought, was that Duke was a colonel, or maybe he got like what you call it,
field commission.
Yeah, something like that at some point. Because I swear, and it may have been in one of the comics that I had read that he was a colonel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. It says first sergeant.
First sergeant. Okay.
Well, no, I mean it says like first sergeant and then sergeant major. So like
he got promoted.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, there's an episode where I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure he got promoted throughout the series and like especially the comics. But I'm telling you, there's something in like this TV shows that references him to a master sergeant. And that's
right.
Is that an Army rank, or is that just a Marine Corps rank?
No, Master Sergeant's an Army rank. And then even Wild Bill being a helicopter pilot was a warrant officer.
Yeah,
people don't realize that when Lieutenant Falcon was being court-martialed, all of the officers,
that's right,
were all, like including Wild Bill were a panel court-martialing, because you have to be an officer to like sit on a court-martial, something like that. So.
Staff NCO or officer. So,
cool. So, Wild Bill was I don't know if I think he was like a W3 and Flint was like a W5 or something like that, like a master warrant officer, chief warrant officer or something like that. So, master sergeant in the Army is the same as it is in the Marine Corps. It's 3 up and 3 down. Well, I think it's the Marines 3 up and 4 down, but.
Okay, I found on the Wikipedia page on the different ranks, the different continuities he's had. E8 first sergeant, E9 sergeant major, and that was 97. E5 sergeant in the Renegades cartoon, and 06 colonel in IDW comics.
Okay,
all right.
So that all makes sense.
Yeah, I knew it was. I don't know if that's canon or, but
I mean, come on. He's been in the military since the 80s. At some point, he's been promoted.
He's got to rank up.
No, he has stayed
otherwise
low so he could stay with his
Don't retire him.
I mean, General Hawk, we understand. You can't really go much higher than that. So, but come on. Duke's definitely, he's done his duty. Hell, man, he almost died when he got impaled with a giant snake. So, you got to give him field commission for that.
Yeah, sucked get stabbed with a snake that was taught to be stiff as a spear and tossed that.
Still not,
because it was a live snake. Mentor just went.
But don't worry, the VA rated him non-combat related for that.
It's not combat related.
They gave him. 0%.
They're like, here's some ibuprofen. Walk it off. Right.
That didn't happen in service. He's like, it was literally in the movie. Like, no,
we have receipts.
No, VA's not going to cover you on this one, Duke.
Yeah, don't worry.
You know what's really unfortunate?
Take 2 ibuprofen and clean your socks.
Yeah.
I'll ask for like documentation. Can you prove how you were wounded? It's like, I have a freaking snake sticking down my chest that the bad guy threw into me.
You could have got that on leave, man. You could have got that on leave. We've seen this shit before, okay?
Right.
It's like paperwork
full of fucking snake holes and filled with the white syphilis.
Were you on leave in Singapore by any chance? Yeah.
It's like filling out paperwork to prove that you're missing an arm.
Yeah.
It's like that photo you've seen of the guy. He's like going in for leg surgery, and they write this leg, and then on the other one it said not this leg, and that leg had been amputated.
Oh wow!
They literally did that.
So, wow!
If you ever had surgery at the VA, you'd understand why that shit's important. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They're still using the hacksaws with the spittoon next to the fucking bed where they're spitting while they're hacking your leg off.
Yeah, I mean, just saying.
They're smoking while doing the surgery, and they're like, "Oh dear, we got a squirter." Takes the cigarette and like cauterizes the artery.
Yep.
Right. And that's why Leatherneck was always in a bad mood, because he was a E7 gunnery sergeant. I think he was an infantryman, and he was constantly barking at everybody. I think they did an entire episode on him and how he was like, "Get yourself down there in 5 minutes," whatever, And they actually covered how tough Leatherneck actually was, and what a ball buster he was.
Now, I mean, I know it's the Joes, right? So like,
right.
It doesn't. I mean, I know in some of the comics and things it did, but like on the cartoon, it never went into like which branches of military service they came from. But like we know, Gung Ho and Leatherneck were Marines. I also think, and I don't know if there's any record of this, Bazooka had to be a Marine. Right?
Yes, Bazooka had to be a Marine.
This motherfucker would just stroll up wearing a fucking basketball jersey, chewing bubble gum, and just start launching fucking rockets at people. Like,
not even checking the backblast area.
Yeah,
just launching.
Just fucking letting shit go and laughing and shit. Like, that's clearly a Marine.
I think Beachhead was as well, and also Mainframe was Mainframe, Marine as well.
By the way, highly underrated Joe.
Right.
This was a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who, like, figured some shit out.
Yeah.
In like some of the most dangerous situations and saved the day many times.
Right. Right.
Never gets any credit. But.
Well, he was non-crayon vegetarian, so he kind of, he was able to bone up on his.
He was never on the front line throwing punches and shit.
Yeah.
Well, but he
was in the control room.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he saved some asses, man.
Mainframe.
Cool.
Least favorite, like one you like was annoyed. You were annoyed by.
Oh,
I gotta hold on. Honorable mention. Roadblock. I love me some Roadblock.
Roadblock was cool as shit. Roadblock's never been as cool as he was in the movie, though.
Man, when Roadblock like ripped off, what did he rip off? He like ripped off a tooth out of something. It was like beating dudes with it in the movie. Mm-hmm. That is my favorite. Yeah. That dude, my buddies, and he just goes down there laying the hate.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Who's stronger, Gung Ho or Roadblock?
Oh, Roadblock.
Roadblock by far.
You think?
Ho's strong, but I'm telling you, Roadblock was the dude.
Yeah,
because he carried like that dude, and Gung Ho. He had like some superstition things. He kind of got scared at stuff from now and then, which I could appreciate. But Roadblock was a total
genius. I mean, he was a Marine, so
he was a blind. Yeah. He was blind carrying Cobra Commander around
through the snow and shit, and like evading Cobra Law.
Yeah, all while being blind.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And still kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like. Yeah, according to the name withheld, Roadblock was part of the leadership too.
Oh, he was? Sure. I mean, I knew he was like one of the old, like older, as in he had been a part of the Joes longer than like. I always got the feeling he was like one of the
OGs
first. Yeah, like one of the first MVPs into the Joes.
He's a Gen 2.
He is?
He's a Gen 2. Yeah. The Gen 1s are basically like Duke, Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Stalker, Steeler, and a few other ones. Airborne was another one, and then like a couple Gen 2s were like Footloose, Bazooka, Roadblock,
Alpine,
and some other one. Alpine, Alpine.
That brings to mind. Highly underrated Joe, Sergeant Stalker.
Oh, Stalker, yeah. The Green Beret. He was a Green Beret. He was a good shot. They actually featured him on the intro to the cartoon where he's throwing a dynamite bomb out, and then blasting it with a pistol.
Yeah, that's a cool
that. He's a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody. Really
he was riding a jetpack too. You can't call him Stalker.
Everybody else.
Call him Hunter.
Yeah.
Really, I was kind of disappointed with his figure though. They got his color scheme all wrong and it made him look old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 40 years, so maybe he's just.
He looks old, and Duke looks like he's in early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the guy that used to drive the Jeep? He had a beard. Not Steeler. What was his name? Clutch. That was his name.
Snowjob was the Arctic dude with the red beard.
Right. Snow Job was, and then there was another Arctic guy, Iceberg, and then Clutch was the Jeep driver. He could drive any Jeep or any truck. He was ready to drive any of those.
Who was the Joe that he only came around when they needed a bridge?
Oh yeah, the dude that
Bridge
drove.
layer.
Yeah.
The bridge layer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the name of that vehicle? I forget what the name of that vehicle was. That's all he did.
The bridge layer. It's called the bridge layer.
Hey, there's a chasm. There's a chasm in this episode, so we got to have him in it.
Yeah. Your only job is to drive this motherfucker around.
Yeah. Zero kills.
I had that vehicle, by the way. I had a shit ton of G.I. Joe toys, man. I really did.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, my dad was all about me buying, because my dad was career Army, right? So he was like, okay, now this is an M60 tank, and this is a blah 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 anti-aircraft, and he's like, now this is a blah, like that. He could literally, because they were all mostly based off of like actual U.S. Equipment. You know what I mean? He was like, he's like, I said, the Sky Striker, what's that? And he's like, that's an F-14 Tomcat.
For the first few years, they were, and then we got some crazy fucking shit.
Right.
Yeah. They kind of like ran out of real military vehicles to base shit off of, and then we started getting all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, I still loved it as a kid, but there was some like this vehicle would not work with real physics.
Remember the BET, the broad energy transmitter?
Cobra had two of the baddest planes too. They had their I forget what they call it. They had an A110 Warthog and.
Yeah, that was
the Rattler,
and then what was the one that was the stealth jet? That fucking thing. What was that one?
Yeah, it was basically kind of like an SR-71 Blackbird, but more science fiction-y.
I can't remember what that one was called.
I can't remember either. Draw a blank.
Raven?
Is it the Raven?
It might have been.
Maybe.
Right. Yeah. But.
Yep, that's the Raven.
Yeah, no, the Rattler was my favorite. That was my favorite fucking of all the Joe vehicles.
I had
the Rattler was badass.
I had the Rattler and the Raven, and I also had the Conquest X30 and the Sky Striker for the Joe side too. So
since
I was happy with it.
Last year, Hasbro did for HasLab for G.I. Joe. They did the HISS tank.
Yeah,
I think they should do the Mobat for this year. The G.I. Joe's M1 Abrams tank.
What was the name of the thing? What was the name of it? It was something fortress or whatever. It was like it was like a huge tank that was a fortress, and then it would stop and like unfold out into a giant fortress. What was that fucking thing called?
The Rolling Thunder?
Is it Rolling Thunder? Is that what it is?
That was one of them. They had multiple of them.
It was like a big gray fucking 5-story, at least for your Joes, like 5-story fucking tank.
I don't know if that's the Rolling Thunder or not.
Fold out into a whole fucking battle station. That thing was fucking sweet.
Yeah. The Mobat would be awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1/12 scale M1 Abrams tanks.
I don't know why with G.I. Joe stuff, because like I know that we got the what was
Name Field said that's called the General, that thing you're talking about.
The General? Okay. Well, we just got what's the fucking name of the motorcycle that Duke came with? I can't remember. You've got it.
The Ramcycle.
Ramcycle. We just got that. But there's so many Joe vehicles that are like, one-person Joe vehicles that would work great for 1/12 scale, like the Trouble Bubble and shit like that.
Oh, they're doing the Trouble Bubble.
Oh, they are?
Love me some Trouble Bubble. That was a hilarious vehicle. In a good way, in the best possible way.
When Snake Eyes throws Cobra Commander out of it, or he throws somebody out of it, I love that.
In that opening credits when he like flips into it and fucking throws the dude out and like
I love that part. Yeah. I was at my local shop. There's a local toy shop I had never gone into in a town across the way, and they had G.I. Joes, and they had them at really good prices. Which I don't know if the guy's just out of touch, but like an intact G.I. Joe tank for like $25.
The fuck you didn't call me for?
How'd you not leave with that?
I'm going back tomorrow.
It's too late. It's gone.
No, it's not. It's not.
Matt is on a plane right now.
It was a situation where my wife was like, we left the store, we saw it, and she's like, hey, I always told you to go in there. She's like, pull off run in there real quick. We had the kids with us. So she's like, just do like a run. If it's okay for kids, come right back out. If not, spend like 5 minutes and like let me know. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't a place for kids because it had like vintage old stuff, and the kids are at that age where like you
just
just
want to
can't
touch everything.
Yeah, and like they don't need to touch everything, but it's not appropriate to even take them in there yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I just did like a quick run, and man, I was so excited. They had a bunch of vintage Joes, all loose, which is fine.
Yeah.
Then they had in box the early 90s, late 80s X-Men.
And it's super easy to replace rubber bands on Joes, too.
I was so excited. They had all the good classic X-Men and Marvel stuff from the late 80s. And like, oh, dude, I can't wait to go back.
Nice.
They were like less than 10 each. So like around
you see
7.
All those, Duke?
What?
You see all those, Duke?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's exactly what they were. All of that, man. And I was so geeked to go back. Because they had Archangel. Remember Archangel from the 90s?
Yeah, I've got him on the wall.
Archangel, Sabretooth, Captain America, all those, man. I am so excited to go back.
I've got a bunch that I'm actually getting rid of. Because I decided I was going to get rid of about half my collection because I've got a bunch. I've been collecting those Toy Biz X-Men and Marvel Universe stuff from the 90s for years. And I'm keeping a bunch of the original Spider-Man, Captain America, Punisher, Silver Surfer, stuff like that. I got Wolverine, Magneto, Juggernaut. But I got a bunch that I'm going to get rid of. I don't know if I'm going to sell them on eBay or what because I just don't have the space for them because they're all on cards. So I don't really have like... I can't like put them on a shelf, right? They got to be like on the wall, and I just don't have wall space to hang them up.
Yeah.
So I'm getting rid of about half of the ones that I had that I'm just like, I don't really want these anymore. So, but yeah, I got a bunch of those fuckers.
Nice.
Those things I've been collecting for a long time. Those are some of the first, those and the old school Star Wars stuff that I've got are kind of like what I got back into collecting about 10 years ago when I started picking stuff up again. I started picking stuff up from the 80s and 90s. I wasn't buying new shit. I was buying vintage stuff.
What's the market like on those? Is it dropped? Is it like
you mean like the X-Men stuff?
Yeah, I mean because I was
so
really surprised.
They're cheap. There's a few of them that are worth some money, but in general they're pretty cheap. Now I have a feeling when on Disney Plus that new X-Men 97 drops this summer.
Yeah.
Prices are going to go up because people are going to be like, oh, fuck, and remember the show and remember these toys. So I think the prices are going to go up a little bit when that, when that comes out.
Do you think?
But I mean, you can get most of them for $10 to $20 a piece.
Do you
Some
think
even
like
cheaper than that?
Do you think that the only reason why some stuff is valuable is because it was at a time where people didn't collect it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the Star Wars ones, like in box, unopened, are crazy expensive because nobody collected.
Nobody was collecting toys. Yeah.
But by the time
they're for kids, and kids fucked them up. So they didn't stay in good condition. So, and they usually got broken and busted and all that shit. So yeah. So like finding them in, complete and good condition and shit like that, they're worth a lot more money.
And the only time where stuff isn't, it's just like because nowadays everybody collects it, so there's a bunch of people hoarding them.
Well, scarcity, and the popularity of the character figure that you're like, for instance, Boba Fett, or original Boba Fett. He's very popular, so there's going to be more of a draw. There's going to be more demand, and also if there's not too many of them out there, that's going to affect the collectability and the price of. How much it's worth. So it's a couple of different things. It's not just that people weren't collecting them. It's just like how popular have they become over the years?
Yeah,
that's true.
Scarcity is a big thing. Kind of like when
scarcity,
during the 90s comic boom.
Yeah,
people thought they were going to get rich collecting comic books, but they were printing millions of copies.
Right.
There's actually books in the 2000s that's more valuable than the 90s because they do a lot smaller runs now.
Yeah.
Like instead of selling like 3 million copies of one book, you're selling 5,000.
Right. And it's getting to the point where comic book collecting has become such a racket these days that people, they buy the comic or they receive it in the mail or whatever, however they order them. Pardon me. And they come in those plastic poly bags that you can't even open the damn thing up and read it and enjoy it anymore. You know what I mean? Because you know that, like, okay, there's only 1,000 of these, whatever. You know what I mean? And they're going to be a collector's item someday. So people dare not touch them, Like, I don't know if it was somebody in the chat that they don't actually open up their action figures. They save them and they leave them in the box because they know that someday, I think it might have been you, Matt, that you were talking about that you actually leave, you'll buy two of a figurine, one that you can kind of open up and kind of mess with, and the other one that you would like keep in the box and kind of hang up.
But I don't.
Yeah.
That's not how I collect. There's a couple that because I've just, for one reason or another, ended up with a couple of the same one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't keep stuff in package on purpose. Like I ended up with some, we were talking about that last week because Amazon fucked up an order. And so they sent me the entire order all over again. But then I found the order at a neighbor's house.
Yeah.
And so I had two of everything.
Right.
But hey, Duke, check this out.
Show me.
Ooh, Warhammer.
Oh, yes.
I love this fucking Raven Guard.
Yes,
That
Dark
looks
Angel's
awesome.
Raven
Black
Guard.
and white.
Yes.
This dude's badass.
I like that. White is always hard to work with on those models for me, but yes.
These are essentially the same figure with different paint jobs, but yeah, I'm finally opening all these fucking Warhammer figures up that I was like, oh, I'm going to open them up when I'm ready to make the video, and then I never made the video, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to open them. I don't give a shit. So
I've been avoiding trying to get into I already collect too much. So I've been trying to avoid like messing with anything Warhammer because they look cool as hell. They look like
these are probably currently the best like retail line of figures that are out right now.
I was going to say they look like the best thing McFarlane's putting out too.
I mean, they're better than anything else McFarlane puts out. They're better than Marvel Legends for the price point. They're $20-$25, and these are like build-a-figure size figures.
So
yeah,
is there any updates on our Hasbro Pinkerton situation? Because I want to talk about that because I'm really surprised.
No, like my understanding is everything's still the same. I'm sure he'll put something out on his channel whenever there's some sort of resolution as far as like, the compensation aspect of.
Yeah, he put a video out that for like after video, and he pulled all the videos down where he reviewed the cards.
Yeah, I don't know why. I wouldn't have done that shit. I wouldn't have given the shit back anyway. But.
No, I would tell him get the hell out of here. If not, call the actual real police on you.
Yeah.
Because you're not actual cops there, Dick Watts.
Well, and like
Pinkerton.
you can't do anything to me. You sent this to me. You can't take it from me.
You can't call me a thief when you mailed it to me. I have the receipt and you mailed it to me.
Yeah. Regardless of what you put in there on accident, you gave this to me.
Yeah.
I would.
And good luck coming in my house and
You come in and call me a thief. You're looking to get your ass beat.
Yeah. No shit.
This guy's got tons of opportunity to go after these guys. I hope he does.
He won't. He seems too nice. He just
does,
like
he does.
okay,
Doesn't he? I was watching some of his videos, and he just seems like a really nice, laid-back dude. And I'm like,
dude, you should be royally pissed. They could have killed your pets and anything. Apparently, they rolled in strapped too.
Well, they made his wife cry. That's like
Were these guys legit Pinkertons?
Yeah.
Because I used to work for that company. That was my first security guard job.
Damn.
They come in accusing him of being a thief, and
so for those
fuck all that.
What happened? We talked about it a little bit on one of the chats the other night on Wednesday, I think. So what happened was there's this dude who collects Magic the Gathering cards, a card game of which I have no interest whatsoever. I don't collect cards. I don't do card games, any of that stuff. Okay, so I don't really have a stake in this. But Warriors of the Coast manufactures Magic the Gathering. They are owned. Their parent company is Hasbro. So what happened is this dude who has a YouTube channel orders a bunch of cards, does an unboxing video, opens up these cards, and it turns out, and I don't know the names of the different, whatever you call the different cards or whatever. Anyway, turns out he what he got when he ordered this stuff is stuff that hadn't been released yet. Wasn't due to get released for like another couple weeks, and this was like 2 weeks ago. So he's getting stuff in like a month before it's been released to the public, right? And more than likely was an accident, screw up in shipping, whatever, right?
And the name's almost exactly the same, except the ones he got says Aftermath at the end.
Yeah, whatever the name of it is the same. And then, yeah. And so anyway, it's some new series of cards that hadn't been released yet. He posts a video on it. Somehow that gets back to either Wizards of the Coast, or Hasbro, or both, or whatever. So they hire the Pinkertons to investigate this, to figure out what the fuck happened. I assume, I don't know what exactly they told them to do, but long story short, they end up, after several days going to this dude's house when he wasn't home, they eventually show up one morning when he is home, bang on his door, make his wife cry, come in, confiscate all the shit.
Threaten him with jail time.
So yeah, threaten him with jail time, saying he's a thief and he stole this stuff and he's going to go to prison if he doesn't give it back, all this crap. And he gives all the shit back. Even in one of his videos, he was talking, I had to even dig all the boxes out of the trash so I could give him back the boxes that the stuff came in, all the wrapping, the cards, all this shit. Again, we talked about this before. I sure shit wouldn't have done that. I told them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. But, what is this, 1880? Fuck.
Yeah, but this dude just, like, if you watch his videos, he just seems like a real, like, kind of subdued, laid back guy, and he just kind of said yes and gave him back all the shit and whatever.
Well, they probably scared him.
Yeah.
Well, he plays Magic the Gathering, he probably scares easily. Yeah. I mean,
well, it was the Pinkertons.
No offense to my plan. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I wish Hondo was here. I want to give him some shit about Magic the Gathering. That was
how dare you?
Hey, nothing wrong with Magic the Gathering. I mean, I like.
That's the other thing, because I know nothing about Magic the Gathering, so I don't know if there was genuinely some kind of issue with, okay, if these cards are exposed early, it might affect the game somehow, because I don't know how Magic the Gathering works.
No, it's just like an update. It's like more new cards to do new things or a new way to play.
It does affect the way in the game depending on what they add to it. But
he's the only one.
My first experience with Magic the Gathering, I was in Florida visiting family, and I looked online, found a comic book shop, went there, and they were apparently having some kind of tournament. I was wanting to look through the back issues, and some dweebs were playing on the back issues. I just went, move, and they did.
So at that moment, you were a Pinkerton.
I'll say it like this, Matt, because I only had like a few cards, and I just started to get into it because I grew up more with Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. But Magic the Gathering is like almost like a big deal where it's like certain cards get banned, certain cards, again, it's always something changing. So people knew whatever those cards would be. It would be like that'd be a big game changer on some stuff.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't collect cards. The only cards I ever collected was back in the day when they originally came out with the Marvel back in the 90s. And I collected the first couple series of those Marvel Universe cards just because I was big into comics and stuff. So, like, those were ones that I kind of got into. Other than that, I've never collected cards or anything. So, and I've certainly, and as most of you know, I'm not into, like, card games or tabletop games or any of that stuff. So, Magic the Gathering is not something I've ever given a shit about. But, you know, I don't know, man. It seems a little harsh that Hasbro, Warriors of the Coast, whoever instigated this shit, you know, thought this was the move, right? Send these hardcore investigators that apparently were armed to this dude's fucking house and threaten him with jail time and shit. Like, Hasbro right now should be publicly kissing this fucker's ass. They should be publicly out there going, we are sorry, that's not what we intended, blah, blah, blah. We just wanted to find out what happened, and we apologize, and here's the whole fucking next series of cards for free, and we're going to support your YouTube channel and all that shit. Honestly, that's what they should be fucking doing right now.
Right.
Because this looks so fucking bad for them. And again, I'll give them enough credit to say that's probably not what they thought the Pinkertons were going to fucking do. You know?
When you hired the Pinkertons.
But, yeah, but again, it's like, either way, it's still your fucking responsibility for doing that shit. So, you know, I don't know. Hasbro should
talking about cards. I got these last year. When I got like a kick of trying to finish up my Ultraverse collection.
Yeah,
I got the series 2. Was it series 2 or 3? I think it was a series 2 of the Ultraverse cards.
Oh, nice.
I even sent it in like a nice case.
Look,
well, here you go.
Hasbro is lucky that that guy didn't just Deadeye and fan the hammer. I'm like Arthur Morgan.
Right. I was just gonna say, if that ever happened to me, I'd have to go out and buy some more seeds.
Cool,
you know what I mean?
Got articulated fucking fingers and shit.
Very cool.
Very nice, man.
If that was a little bit bigger, it'd be a great base for an Ultraverse custom called a character called Enemy.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Kind of look like a robotic alien from Aliens.
So were the Pinkertons wearing vests? That's my question.
I don't know. I haven't. If they were, I mean, it hasn't been.
If that happened, if it was him, I would have my wife filming the entire thing, and I'd be putting that video up on YouTube.
Well, I had two questions about that. One, I was wondering what kind of cards they were, because the reason why I was going to tell you that, Matt, because I never really collect a lot of the cards, but they do got those theme cards, like, oh, they were going to do one. They did one of Warhammer, or they're going to do one of Lord of the Rings or some shit. That's why I was kind of curious what those cards were.
It was an expansion pack to one of their series of cards. I don't know what it was. So.
Okay. And the video, is the video still up?
No, he pulled.
No, he took them all down.
Yeah.
They actually made them take them down.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, last year Mattel did a copyright strike on a YouTuber reviewing Jurassic Park toys.
Yeah.
He went into Target and bought them, and they sold them before street date, and they got them for copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before street date, huh?
But it was Target's fault. He just went and bought them and rang them up. They was not street dated in the system.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
All right, let me get these two super chats real quick. Don's Heartburning Bicep says there's been many legendary Joes, but none more than the famous Sergeant Tyrese, who got Air Force promoted from E1 to E9 in 3 movies. Was he in 3 movies? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was in all 3 of them. He was in the first one, second one, and the third one. He was like a consultant or something, security consultant or something.
In that Snake Eyes movie? That's the 3rd movie. Is that Snake Eyes origin story? There's only been 2 other G.I.
That's
Joe
a prequel.
movies.
It was a Transformers movie.
Oh, that's
It was Transformers 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah.
Talking about Transformers, but I'm like, to be fair, he was fighting aliens, so I bet that give you a promotion.
So I guess are they saying? I mean, because in the comics, it's in the same universe, but
Right, they existed in the same canon, so it's fair game on that one.
all right, well, fine. Josh T. Gruffy said they should have called the guy first. Yeah, they really should have called the dude.
Right.
And like, hey,
So here's what I got. They tried to call, according to them, they tried to call him. Then he wasn't home, so they showed up at his house and they bothered his neighbor, who's like 100 years old, and scared his neighbors too. And then and they're like, "Yeah, your neighbor's a thief. You better tell him to bring on that property."
He's a cattle rustler.
Yeah,
Because they talk like
tell him to give that property back, brother.
Yeah.
I
So,
saw that. You're a murderer.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this guy, I don't know. I think it's worthy to talk about, but it's frustrating because
I just know that from the Red Dead Redemption 2 or what was.
I'm here for money.
Fuck those people.
If he'd have handled this situation just a tiny little bit more patriotically, this, like Hasbro and all of their shenanigans and Pinkerton and their shenanigans would have been exposed like bigly.
Oh,
you know?
Oh,
So
the easiest thing for him to do done was actually just call the cops.
Yeah.
The cops would have chomped at the bits to go throw the Pinkertons out.
Anybody going to go see Jedi this weekend?
I'm not.
Jedi.
I want to. It's just not close enough. Where it's like,
There was a place about an hour and 15 minutes away from me playing it.
yeah.
I just
Susie is opened up yesterday.
I was kind of interested in that movie, and then I saw the trailer where he hangs off a plane with a pickaxe, and I said, "Okay, never mind."
I definitely want to see that movie. I'm just not sure that I'm gonna go to the movies to see it because I'm fairly certain it's gonna be streaming pretty fucking quick.
Right.
So I'm like, I can wait. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that, but I definitely want to see that movie. Just not because I'm already going to the movies twice next weekend because I'm gonna go see Guardians twice because I always see those movies 2 times.
Well, I saw the Guardians figures finally show up around here.
The what?
The Guardians figures finally showed up around here at the local Target.
Yeah, I've still got the 2. I got Star-Lord and Drax were the only 2 I picked up. Really, the only 2 I wanted. I kind of wanted Cosmo, but I don't want to buy all those other fucking figures just to get Cosmo.
Yeah, and plus Cosmo is oversized. He's way big.
Yeah. All right, here you go, Duke. Here's another one for you.
Oh, baby. What you got? Show me, baby. Oh, man.
Scaring them. Oh, okay.
That's one that's very tempting to troop build.
Tyranids. Yes.
Oh, that looks nice.
Is it a Tyranid or is it a Gene Stealer? Gene Stealers are black, right?
No, it's a Gene
Yeah,
Stealer.
ain't there black or purple?
Right.
That's racist.
It calls him
I'm probably still a novice on
a
this.
Tyranid Gene Stealer.
Yeah, it's
Tyrannid Gene Stealer. Okay.
It's the kind of Tyranid that it is. So
Right.
Wait, so they made toys out of those?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I mean, I don't know if you've noticed by the chatter, but the whole Warhammer 40,000 is more popular than it's ever been.
Oh no, I know it is, and I heard there's been some weird fights over like what they trying to do with it.
They're doing the new codex is going to drop, or the new edition, which they do every few years to keep everyone buying everything and to make everything that you had before obsolete.
Now, you mean if you're playing the board game, huh?
Yes, if you play the tabletop game, and now what people have been asking for years, all the codexes are gonna be free now. You can still buy them, but like each faction has its own rule book. You used to have to buy the rule book to play your faction. That is going away. They're trying desperately. I don't even know how these guys are staying alive. I mean, I know their models are good, but how do these guys stay alive with 3D printing around is beyond me. I thought they were going to get phased out, but in all honesty, their stuff is better than anything anybody can produce at home.
3D print material is nice, but it's super brittle.
Right, and these guys
I just broke this piece, sculpting like the transition pieces on the torso. Just by pulling it off, I broke the corner off and I had to re-glue it back.
Yeah, so their stuff is good, and it's good, and if people want to have the good stuff to play, and if you play in tournaments, if they catch you playing with non-Games Workshop stuff, you get kicked out, which is pretty.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If you're just playing with your friends, no one cares. But if you go to a tournament with non-Games Workshop stuff or printed, it's a kicked out. Usually you have to have it painted too, because they don't want people taking pictures at the big tournaments without you having them painted, and painted like not just blue.
Wait, did it have to be specifically too on how you paint them?
No, there's no rules, but there are benefits. So if you paint them a certain way, or that means you're a certain faction, then you get
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
The only colors that matter that I know of are orcs. If you paint your orcs red, they move faster or something.
Yeah. Red goes fast. Yeah, because that's the lore of the orcs.
Yeah, but like with Space Marines, it matters because there's like 7 to 10 main factions that you can play. So if they're red, they're Blood Angels. If they're blue, they're Ultramarines.
See, I don't know if I ever would get into the play of the game, but there are certain factions. I heard like one of the ones I like, they never updated those models, and those characters look ugly, and that's the Sisters.
Sisters of Battle. They're old.
Adeptus Sororitas.
Yeah, they're old. Yeah, they haven't really updated those figures. I'm like, they all look.
It's weird. There's certain stuff I just didn't like. I mean, like the Eldar were like were elves from that looked like punk rock from the 80s. They had like huge guitar guns and super big hair, and it looked kind of
mullets. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really like that. So I stuck with like Space Marines and Imperial Guard and Tyranids and Orcs. The Orcs looked kind of goofy, but I kind of accepted it because they were so much fun to paint and they had so many guns, and their stuff looked like it had been hammered together in the apocalypse. So that was a fun build, and it was a good change because I painted so many Space Marines. So painting Orcs was like a fun thing to do because it was not perfect and they were shoved together and so not
asymmetrical.
Yeah, not uniformed. All the Ultramarines, I made them look perfect, like a Roman Centurion guards.
It's just doing all the paint stuff. It's just like me messing with Gundam figures. It's like, except Gundam figures, I got to sculpt them too. But this is like, the painting. I know that's going to take a bit.
Duke,
get into that.
Yeah,
Duke, you have so much time on your hands with nothing going on in your life right now.
It was right.
You really need to.
That's why he's always tired.
Warhammer painting.
I do need to do the tutorial. I need to go.
Do a business of it. I'm pretty sure there's people that pay you to paint them for them.
Hell yeah!
I did do some painting for pay, but I'm just not that good. But I don't know. It's fun, and it's really fun to talk about, and it's really fun to play, and it's really fun to sculpt the models.
Oh, okay. So you know how to play
Yeah.
So you know how to play the tabletop game, huh?
Oh, big time. I was very
because it's weird because I know it's like, it's got to deal with a ruler and you got to have all this and that. I'm like,
but it makes it fun. I mean,
this is Duke's wheelhouse, like totally.
Yeah. Well, when my wife found out about it, because I didn't showcase a lot of geekness in the beginning.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, this is what you're into," and she like laughed like a jock laughing at a nerd. It was.
Yeah. Like Ogre going, nerds! Yeah.
She's like, this didn't come out in the beginning. Why?
Yeah.
So what's she saying?
Me and my wife, like, she knew I had gotten to the point by the time we met that I just didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I was just very, I don't give a shit. I like Star Wars. I like Star Trek, And it helped because she was a horror nerd.
Okay.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
And so we had those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we only dated.
It's very easy to like. Okay. Jesus! Somebody's killing a dog.
Ruffy, no.
We only dated for 3 weeks before I asked her to marry me, so we were on the fast track.
You were just like, I gotta lock this down now before I talk about the Warhammer.
Yeah.
Right now.
Duke, did y'all meet at Grand Canyon University?
We did not meet at Grand Canyon University.
Don't lie to me, Duke.
Wait, hold on. Did you ask her to marry you before you told her about the Warhammer?
Yeah.
Come on, Duke was keeping it in the closet, man.
It was all in the closet.
On honeymoon night, he's like, yeah, by the way. Right?
He thought he was probably gonna be like when she find out, it was like, him being in the closet and shit.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
So like on your honeymoon night, did you come out of the bathroom dressed as the Emperor?
I did.
I mean,
I was like, look, I gotta come clean, and she looked at me like, oh, he's gonna tell me he's on drugs, and I was like, I got a big obsession with like
the God Emperor.
I had a BB-8 alarm clock, which I think kind of like showed her, and I had a bust. I got to show you a picture. I had a Cornelius bust in my apartment that looked at the bed in judgment, and she made me. It has the creepiest eyes. I've showed you it, haven't I?
No,
I kind of want to. I want to see that.
Oh, I got it. I'll go get it. I think it's in the. She made me throw it away, but I hid it in the garage. Because it looks in judgment at my bed. She's like, "Oh no, that's going away right now." Like,
I immediately had one of those. I'm sure everybody's seen that memes. Like, you ever thought about using toys in the bedroom? I thought you'd never asked. And he's like got a hot oil ramp on her ass. And
I've seen
He was.
I saw one where he was shooting a Nerf gun at her butthole or whatever. Like the same thing.
No. It's funny with me with the girl I'm with because we're all into the same nerdy shit. We got some strange looking toys. So hers is like something else.
Be right back, gents. I'm gonna go get some more beer.
All right. Let me get this question in the chat. Actually, it's not a question. Big Renzo says, I started watching Rebels to prepare for Ahsoka. Good job. And I have to say, Thrawn has to be the Bobby Fischer of war in their galaxy. Yes. Thrawn is, he's great in Rebels. And, they very accurately represented, I think, the Thrawn character in that show. And I think
very cold.
I still need to
methodical.
see it. I still need to see it.
Oh, it's great. You got to watch it before you watch Ahsoka.
Well, remember, you know how I am with how they feel with what they did with Star Wars. So I'm like, I'm willing to give Ahsoka a shot.
Come on here. I'm telling you that there is still good Star Wars.
I'm not saying there isn't, but
Rebels is very good.
Okay, I give you an example. Like one of the recent ones, I was like, okay, I willing to give it a chance, and that was that Star Wars video game that came out not too long ago. What the fuck is it called? Yeah, Fallen Order. I was like, all right.
Okay, because the new one came out this week, so.
Yeah, and I hate how they like, if you want to buy a physical copy, it's not really a physical copy, it's just a downloaded disc code. I'm like, okay. Kind of screwing people over.
About that because the only games I play are on the computer, and I don't even have a disc drive on my computer, so I download everything.
Well, yeah. Well, remember I played in console, but no, not even that. I heard they screw up the PC players now for if you want to get that game.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm telling you, man, there's still good Star Wars.
Yeah, but it's like the shit I want to see.
Prequels, right?
Huh?
You've seen the prequels, right?
Yeah, I've seen the prequels.
Okay, so you've seen shitty Star Wars before. I'm telling you, there's good Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who has watched fucking Phantom Menace and is like, I can't watch Star Wars anymore. I'm like, bitch, you watched Phantom Menace. Shut up.
I like Phantom Menace. So.
See, and there you go. There you go. Now I've lost even more respect for you. But
actually, I have a theory.
Wait. Hold on. There's certain good parts compared to Phantom Menace compared to like what? Attack of the Clones.
There are two good things in Phantom Menace. Both involve the words "Duel of the Fates." One is the scene, and one is the music, and that is it. That is the only redeeming thing of that entire fucking movie. Is that lightsaber battle at the end and the music
race.
on point.
That pod race, man.
Pod race
pod
is good
race
too.
was fire.
Pod race is stupid as fuck.
No, wait.
Critically, the worst one is actually what Attack of the Clones. Technically,
bullshit.
No,
that end scene is awesome.
Attack of the Clones is decent. That's a decent movie. Those movies get better. Phantom Menace is horrible. Attack the Clones I enjoy, but it's got some issues, but I still enjoy it. And then
but the funny thing is, as a whole, it's still better than the sequels, and it's like I still need you to fix that shit. Because no matter what you did to Star Wars, it still results to that.
That's the future, man. Don't even worry about the future. Worry about the now. Live in the now.
The biggest problem.
Mandalorian, you got Rebels.
Clone I don't know about Mandalorian did some stupid, but that's what I'm saying. It depends what type of Star Wars fan you are, and I'm a little more critical on Star Wars and the shit that they did with Mandalorian. Got some problems.
I'm an OG Star Wars fan. My favorite time period is the time shortly before and shortly after the original trilogy. That is the Star Wars we are getting right now with Clone Wars, with Andor, with Rogue One, with Mandalorian. That is the time period I enjoy the most. That's what we're going to get with Ahsoka. That is the peak moment of Star Wars storytelling in those 10 to 20 years surrounding those events, and that's what we're getting right now.
So wait, I'm curious. So you think that's the most peak?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's peak.
Well, I think its peak is back in the Old Republic days.
No,
the
Matt,
Knights
you
of
have
Old
heard.
Republic stuff.
Have you heard what they're doing? They announced that Rey is coming back in the new movie.
I heard about this. I don't know that I believe it'll actually happen, but I've heard about it.
There is no way, dude. That cannot.
They're going
be
to
possible.
do it. They're going to do it.
They're going to do it, and I feel like it's actually a better move because they're going to learn from their mistakes.
Better move.
Hopefully.
I don't think they're going to learn their mistakes.
No. What are you talking about? A better move, dude?
Because they're setting it 15 years in the future so they can distance themselves.
Distance themselves from their old shit that they're going to bring to the. It's like wearing dirty ass underwear the next day.
I mean, they had to bring back old underwear to make it better. So that's what the whole Mando and all that stuff was.
You shit your pants yesterday. took them off, took a shower, you're like, y'all put them bad boys back on. It's a new day.
As long as you flip them
Throw
inside
those
out, you're
fucking
good.
underwear away, you burn them.
Yeah.
You never mention that day again.
Yeah. The only way you save this is if you do a new timeline. That's it.
No.
Ahsoka.
Star Wars is their best
okay,
when
here's
they're
the other
fixing
thing.
plot holes.
Because I find that interesting that where Matt says, "Oh, that's the peak Star Wars was around that era." I'm like,
it is.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if any of y'all are EU fans. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's far better shit even back in the past.
There's not.
There is.
There's not movies, and there's not so much media.
They can make. That's the problem. They can be made, but they ain't doing that. They rather go something more familiar.
Okay, you're arguing
what they're doing
that
now
the story is
they're
better
taking
from books. Yes. Okay.
What they're doing is they're taking.
That's where I'm going at.
They're taking the EU from the 90s and early 2000s, and they are adapting it to fit in with what we have. Okay, that is what Mandalorian is. That is why we're getting Thrawn again. They are adapting the EU, which is some of the greatest Star Wars storytelling of all time. All those books, Timothy Zahn and all these other people that wrote all these great books in the 90s and 2000s, and they're adapting those stories to fit with what's going on now.
Yeah, I know what they're doing.
That time frame is in that time frame I'm talking about. We're talking the 10 years before the original trilogy and the 10 years after the original trilogy. That is the greatest time for Star Wars ever. Whether you include, you include the original trilogy, you include stuff like Rebels, you include those EU books, like a Rogue Squadron and a Thrawn trilogy and all that shit. And that is the stuff we are getting now. That's what we got with like Andor. That's what we got with Rebels. That's what we got with Mandalorian. That's what we're getting with Ahsoka. Like, we're getting this era of Star Wars, which is definitively the greatest era of Star Wars.
Like I said, I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, especially since you have Thrawn in there. Because remember, they pick and choose certain stuff, what they're doing related to the story. But also, when you were talking about the EU and stuff, I mean, there was stuff way before that. Because I want to see other stuff that doesn't always have to deal with the Skywalkers, doesn't always have to deal with Vader, any of that other stuff. Because there's far other characters out there.
Kathleen Kitty said there was nothing but other than the 3 movies to work for.
Because I bet you they're not gonna. I know they're not gonna put Dash Rendar in there. All right, I can already say that.
Well, it's because they cut that out. They just did a comic. They already cut them out. No, they cut out. They already cut it out.
Yeah,
because they redid a comic that explained between Empire and between Jedi. They're doing it right now, and it's been going on for like a year or so. I don't even know if they've made
Shadows of the Empire.
They did. They're not calling it Shadows of the Empire. They're redoing the storyline between it, which already
they got those Marvel comics, and some of them do some weird lore stuff.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Which I hope isn't going to be canon, because to me
it's going to be canon. Because remember, Disney owns it, so they're going to make their own changes. That's the part that pisses me off.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, Shadows of the Empire is some of the best written Star Wars ever.
Yep.
Well, they did. First of all, Shadows of the Empire was epic. They did a new Thrawn trilogy, right?
Yes.
And I have heard from hardcore Timothy Zahn fans, because Timothy Zahn did the new trilogy, where he kind of tweaked, and I think it went more into Zahn's backstory and stuff like that than the Heir to the Empire and all that did. But Zahn did a new Thrawn trailer, or a new Thrawn trilogy, of books that is canon. Right, like they're not going back to the Heir to the Empire and that type of stuff, because they're not using any of that as canon. But they let that writer come back and make Thrawn again, and that's all fucking canon. And from what I've heard, I have not read the books. It's some of the greatest Star Wars ever, and that's owned by Disney.
I find that interesting that they went back and got him back, because one of the biggest things, too, of them not wanting to do the EU stuff was like, oh, we don't have to pay royalties to these people.
Well, because they can bring him back to do a new trilogy, and then he's under contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could pay him with a different set of money.
Yeah. So, like, but anyway, I'm just saying, there is still...
Whenever they do, like, old reprints, they got to pay, like, the standard rate, like, to the artists and the writers.
Remember, it is a business. So, yeah, I already know how that was going to be.
All right,
I'm getting the shot. We'll see how this goes.
We got to get to something here real quick before Duke falls asleep, because I want him to be a part of this. And he's gonna sit there and be like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not tired." And then in 5 minutes, he can make.
I'm awake, baby. I'm awake. Hit me up.
I've been wanting to do this one. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I got a bracket for us. I got a bracket.
Okay. Oh, let's do a bracket.
And I want who's involved in this before he fucking falls asleep.
Let me go get a drink. Let me get a,
Let me go grab my food before we start.
I'll be right. Get a drink. I'll be right there.
All right, go get a drink. Drink something with a lot of caffeine in it.
Yeah, everybody gets some refreshments.
So this must be a long bracket.
While you're doing this, I'm gonna get the super chat here. Josh T says, "Who the fuck is moving furniture in the background?"
I'm sorry, that was me. I put my keys on the table here. Sorry about
that. Do your keys weigh 20 fucking pounds?
19, but
I'm moving the desk.
You're a security guard. I forgot. You got the fucking keys on a string and shit. All right, Josh T says, if I was making Star Wars 7, I would recast John Boyega and have him run over Rey when he crash lands on the sand planet. That would be fucking great. Because I've said this before, and I will continue to say this. John Boyega's character, Finn, got the fucking shaft in those movies because he was by far the best character in those movies. And in the first movie, they set him up to be the fucking hero, and then they just shit on him for 2 movies.
Yep.
Right.
His first introduction in the second movie was comic relief.
Yeah, which was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, I mean, look, just the backstory. Former fucking stormtrooper becomes part of the rebel alliance. Like that's a story. That is a foundation to build a great fucking heroic character.
And it's
and
nice
at one point he was actually rumored to be Lando's son.
Yeah. And
because when Amazon made a listing for his first figure, the Finn Calrissian.
I mean, we can go back to when that movie was first showing out, when they were showing the trailer. Everybody was wilding out when he showed him holding the lightsaber, but we knew what that fight was about.
Yeah. He was set up to be the co-protagonist, kind of like a Leia Luke kind of a dynamic in the first movie.
He should have been the protagonist. He was the best character that they had. He's also the best actor they had in those fucking movies.
I seriously think they ruined his career because then look what happened afterwards. He got that stupid Pacific Rim sequel.
All right.
Nothing.
I don't know if it ruined his career. I've still seen him.
I don't know about that part.
He's still a really good actor. So
yeah.
All right. We got a bracket here. We're gonna go through it and see what's going on. All right. This is the bracket for the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. Let me actually put that in here. I don't know why I didn't, but fucking forgot. Gotta type. Greatest comic movie ever. Now, I was trying to do 16 and I fucking couldn't. There was just more than 16 movies that I had to
No, this is good. This is good.
So here are the movies that I chose. I think everybody will agree with most of them. There might be a couple you don't agree with. That's fine. Here's the movies I chose. I've got Endgame, 300, Spider-Man, Mystery Men, Winter Soldier, History of Violence, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Deadpool 2, Kingsman, Blade, 30 Days a Night, Logan, Into the Spider-Verse, Old Boy, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Dredd, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Heavy Metal, Man of Steel, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, Hellboy, 89 Batman, Road to Perdition, Dark Knight, Kick-Ass, Constantine, and The Crow.
Okay.
What? No Darkman?
No Darkman. These are all movies that are directly based on comic books. They do not have to be superhero movies. These are comic book movies.
I'm surprised Road to Perdition wasn't in there.
It is.
Can I make a suggestion?
That one's paying.
Road to Perdition's on here.
Okay.
Fucking fantastic. These are all great movies.
I didn't even know Road to Perdition was a comic book originally. I thought it was just a.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
It's absolutely comic book first.
Okay.
So that is what we've got here. I think I have 28 movies that I tried. I was like, man, I could just get it down to 16. That'll make this way easier. I couldn't do it. So this is what we got. This is what we're dealing with. So we're going to do what we always do. Go through the room. We'll pick 2. Everybody votes on which of the 2 movies we think better. That movie moves on to the next round until ultimately we get to one movie, the winner of the greatest comic book movie of all time. We, the panel, have spoken, and nobody else's opinion matters other than our collective opinions. Unless we run into a tie, in which case we let the audience vote.
I'm going to go ahead and say it because Honda's not here. If Endgame wins, the game is rigged by Matt.
Endgame is a fucking fantastic movie. I don't know anybody who doesn't think it's a fantastic comic book movie.
I'm just saying because it's your favorite.
Well, yeah, it is. It gave me everything I've ever wanted to see since I was a little itty bitty child reading comic books. So I make no bones about that. I don't fucking cover that shit up. I love Endgame. All right.
Were there any Transformers movies up in there?
No, because none of those were comic book movies first or comic books first.
Transformers was a comic book.
It was a comic book after it was a show, which was after it was a toy first. It was a toy that got made into a cartoon, which got made into a comic book.
Okay.
These all have their origins
all
as
true.
a comic book.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's start.
It does not count. It is not a comic book movie. So, sorry. All right, first one, what we've got here, Endgame, Avengers Endgame versus 300. We're going to run it through the room. I'm just going to go in the order that I see you guys here on my screen. So Duke is first. Endgame versus 300, Duke. What do you think?
Endgame.
Endgame. All right. Jared?
Let's see. Is it Endgame versus V
300.
300. I'm going to be the wild card, say 300.
All right. Jolly?
Endgame.
All right. Dan?
300.
Tim, the Toolman Taylor?
Endgame.
Black Sperm?
Endgame.
And I'm going Endgame, so Endgame makes it to the next round. That was
4 or
pretty
5.
I knew Endgame was going to win. That's why I said 3.
Yeah. All right. Now we've got Spider-Man. Let me be
Spider-Man.
clear. This is the original Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire,
First
Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man, which I think is the best Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I know some
Spider-Man.
people love Spider-Man 2 better. I get that, but fuck it. I don't give a shit. This one's my favorite.
No,
Spider-Man versus Mystery Man. Again, we'll go Duke.
Spider-Man.
All right, Jared.
Spider-Man.
Jolly.
Arachnid Boy.
Okay. Dan.
Spider-Man.
Tim.
Friend of the neighborhood.
Shot Red.
Spider-Man.
I
And
mean,
I'm
this
going
is
Spider-Man.
I gotta say I like Mystery Men though. It's just Spider-Man is gonna kill it. It's just
Mystery Man's a fucking great movie.
yeah.
Mystery Man was
it's just
fun.
Like, how you going to compete that?
You know, this
Yeah.
would be better if the porn music was still playing.
Oh come on, dude! Really, Winter Soldier, Winter Soldier all day long.
Oh, well, we know Duke's voting Winter Soldier versus A History of Violence. Jared, what about
Yeah,
you?
Oh, man.
They
Both
both
those
are
are
good
great
movies.
movies. They're great. Both of them are great movies.
yeah, but there's no chance of that, dude. Winter Soldier is one of the best Marvel movies ever made.
Yeah, but History of Violence is just a damn good movie on its own.
I'll give that to you, but it's
Well,
not.
that's why I
better than
put
Winter
it up
Soldier.
against Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier, arguably, if you took it out of the MCU, it is a fantastic movie on its own without having anything to
is.
do with other Marvel movies.
I'm just
See,
going.
here's the
Winter
thing.
Soldier it just barely edges out History of Violence for me.
No. See, here's the thing. I think that'd be a good bracket for comic book movies that are not superheroes.
Just trying to fuck everything up today, aren't you? All right, no, Jolly, go.
Winter Soldier.
All right, Dan,
Winter Soldier.
Tim,
Winter Soldier.
Shot Red,
Winter Soldier.
and I'm going Winter Soldier. All right, now we have got Deadpool 2 versus Kingsman. The first Kingsman, because that's the best one. All right, Duke.
I gotta go to. I'm gonna give this to Jolly. I've not seen either one of those.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
that
honored
is.
to have your vote.
All right.
Yeah, I like Jolly. I mean, he says
All right,
weird
all right.
things, but I like him.
All right.
He's odd, but
Jared.
I like him.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2. Jolly, you get 2 votes.
I'm gonna go Kingsman.
Oh, 2 for Kingsman. All right, Dan.
I have not seen either one of these movies. I'm passing it on to the next person.
All right, Tim, you got 2 votes.
Oh crap. Yeah, let's make a hard decision even harder. Because that's tough. These are 2 really good movies. I got to give it to Kingsman. I like it better,
All right.
but it's not by much.
Shot Red.
Kingsman.
Corey, you're here now. You get to vote.
All right, what am I voting on?
Deadpool 2 versus Kingsman.
Deadpool 2. I love fucking Deadpool.
And I'm going Deadpool 2, but because 2 people gave away their votes, Kingsman won. I think that's horrible, but
I was trying to do the responsible thing. Okay, I'm sorry.
Look,
Yeah, me too.
Your vote.
I'm sorry. I gave it to the wrong person.
It's like just give it to Biden, man. You might as well just give your vote to Biden.
Look,
Right.
it's half the reason we got Rocket Man.
Hey, you're not black if you don't vote Kingsman.
Well, that's actually Kingsman.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Kingsman, then you ain't black.
The movie did end with anal sex, so
It's true. All right, now we got Blade. We got two vampire comic book movies. We got Blade versus 30 Days of Night.
Oh, 2 good movies.
Dude,
Yeah.
are either of these movies too scary for you?
Okay. A little bit. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I like 30 Days of Night way better.
All right. 30 Days of Night. All right. Jared, what do you got other than a
Blade.
Blade. All right.
That was representing Dutch Church.
Oh, that's the Blade. Okay, I thought that was
It's the Blade Mobile.
Jolly.
I'll go Blade.
All right. Dan.
Blade.
Tim.
Always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
All right. Jared.
Blade.
Corey.
Both good movies, but Blade.
Blade. All right. And I would agree with Duke. 30 Days of Night's the better movie. But Blade won. I had your back there, Duke. I had your back.
I appreciate you, homie.
Do you think they're going to salvage the Blade movie, or is this thing just dumpster firing?
All right, now we got Logan versus Into the Spider-Verse. And again, we start with Duke.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give this to you, Matt, because I've not seen either of those.
I will murder you, Duke.
All right, all right.
I'm sorry. I checked out.
I'm blaming you.
I joke, Duke. I love you.
I know.
Logan.
I know.
Logan. All right, Jolly.
No contest.
One of these movies was actually part of the reason I changed my degree in college. The other one is Logan. So I'm going into the Spider-Verse.
How did Spider-Verse change it? I'm kind of curious on that.
Dan.
I recuse myself. I have not seen either one.
We got to give your vote to somebody.
Okay, give it to the next person down.
All right, Tim, you got 2 votes.
Oh, Logan then.
All right. Black Sperm.
I wear my colors proudly. It's Logan.
All right.
And technically, with Transformers, the cartoon and the comic released in the same month in 1984, September.
Well, still doesn't count. Corey.
Well, and it's still all designed to sell toys, so.
Into the Spider-Verse, that's the one of the most recent ones, right?
Yeah, it came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Miles Morales.
The really weird animation style.
Oh, that was the animation one?
Spider-Gwen.
I'd have to go with Logan then, because I didn't see the other one. I didn't see the anime one.
All right. And both my votes, thanks to Duke, go to Logan. All right. All right, so now we got Constantine versus Kick-Ass. Duke.
Okay. Kick-Ass
Kick-Ass.
by far.
All right. Jared.
Damn, they're both good movies. I'm going to go Constantine, though.
Constantine. All right. Jolly.
Look, Hit Girl's my girl. Okay, so
you're going Kick-Ass. All right.
Mhm.
All right, Dan.
Kick-Ass. I actually cosplayed in to go see that movie too.
I feel like you did. Tim.
Oh, I just finally watched Kick-Ass yesterday.
Poignant.
But I don't know. I think I like Constantine a little bit better, though.
All right. Jared.
I'm going with Kick-Ass. Constantine could have been more better.
All right, Corey.
Kick-Ass was good, but I'm sorry. To me, it's no contest. Constantine, I enjoyed it better.
Yeah. And I'm
Better
going
movie.
Constantine, which gives us a tie, people. That's
Wait.
And
I'm here now.
No, because I was about to fucking say your goddamn name as the tiebreaker before you open your goddamn mouth.
So I'm not the tiebreaker?
Trying
All
to
right.
fucking introduce you in a proper way and be like, Honda, you have the tiebreaker, but you had to fucking speak first before I could introduce you as the tiebreaker. Go ahead.
So go to the chat.
Good to see you, Honda.
Fuck me. Sorry for speaking up.
No. Well, yeah, you're the tiebreaker. So Constantine versus Kick-Ass.
I'm going to go Constantine because it's a better movie.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
bullshit. Fortified.
Constantine.
Honda's the midnight votes counted, isn't he?
Oh, someone else is here.
No, Corey dropped.
Yeah, kick
Oh, yeah, I was like, shit. We got the
Corey
other
gets 2 votes now.
Corey
cloning
had a
himself.
mail-in and a present ballot.
All right. Next one we've got is The Dark Knight. This is the one with Joker, Heath Ledger. All right. Versus Road to Perdition. Duke?
Ooh.
Okay. Better comic book movie?
Mm-hmm.
Dark Knight.
All right. Jared?
Dark Knight.
All right. Jolly?
The Knight.
What?
The Dark Knight.
Okay, so you just need to speak up a little bit. I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I had mac and cheese in my mouth.
All right, well, of course
Oh.
fucking
Is it the
cheese
crab
packer.
kind or is it the actual kind?
All right. Dan, what you got?
I'm going to go with Dark Knight, but Road to Perdition was very good on its own. Even if I was unaware that was even a comic book movie.
Yeah. Tim, the Tool Man Taylor.
Dark Knight.
All right, Black Sperm.
Dark Knight.
All right, Corey.
Dark Knight.
Honda.
I thought I was Black Sperm. Dark
Not
Knight.
yet, you're not. All right, Dark Knight wins this one. Fucking unanimous. All right. Now we got 189 Batman versus Hellboy. Duke, I feel like I don't even need to ask you this question.
You know the answer. So 89 Batman, baby.
I know the answer to that
Best comic book movie ever. I'm calling it now.
one. All right. Jared?
Let's get nuts. Well,
There
Batman.
you go. 89 Batman. Jolly?
You know,
Jolly's going to be the turd in the punch bowl.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if it was Batman Returns, I'd vote Batman, but I'm going Hellboy.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I
Wow.
fucking knew it.
I mean, this is no contest.
Wow.
I fucking knew it.
Well, his hands.
Dan?
I'm going to go with Hellboy.
Thank you.
Damn.
I'm the booger in the punch bowl, not the turd,
All
though.
right. The booger on the turd in the punch bowl.
There you go.
Would it be more
All right.
like the piss in the punch bowl since he pisses on his hands and shakes hands with people?
That's true.
No,
Something like that.
he was sick and he ate all of his boogers by accident and then made a turd.
Out of the boogers.
It's a
Yes.
turd booger.
It's a booger turd.
Tim?
Anyway, I'm Batman.
All right. Jared?
Come on, the best Batman ever. Okay.
All right. Corey?
Even though I like Hellboy, it's no contest. 89 Batman is by far the best one ever.
All right.
Mhm.
Honest?
Second best Batman ever.
All right. I assume that means 89 Batman. All right. All right, 89 Batman for the win there. All right, now we got Man of Steel versus Heavy Metal.
Ooh.
Man of Steel.
Oh, you're going Man of Steel already. All right.
Ooh.
Jared?
Man of Steel.
Jolly?
Man of Steel.
Dan?
Heavy metal.
Tim?
Heavy metal.
Jared?
That's a good one. I'm just gonna go with heavy metal.
All right. Corey?
Heavy Metal is the animated one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Obviously, it's Heavy Metal then.
All right. Honda?
Yeah, dude. Obviously, it's heavy metal.
No, it was obviously Man of Steel, but Heavy Metal won.
This election.
Man of Steel is good, but it's heavy metal, man. That's-
Rigged as a motherfucker, and certainly not by me, because Man of Steel is one of the best movies on this fucking list. But whatever.
Well, see, I like it because
As
it's not
part of
really
me.
a Superman movie. For what
Yeah,
Superman?
you still
you
voted
know
for
what I
Heavy
mean by
Metal, so you don't get to speak now.
that.
No, but I mean, the voice actors that they had was like an all-star cast, dude.
It's a
You know what I
fucking
mean?
fantastic movie, but it's not Man of Steel.
Why is Matt?
I like
angry?
his weirdness.
He's like yelling at me for being like, hello. He's yelling at you guys for voting the way that you like.
Yeah.
He's like a Democrat.
This is a Matt Tater shit.
Matt Tater shit.
You went there. Wow. Okay.
See. This is why we have nice things.
All right. You show your true colors, man. Come on,
I
man.
thought you were libertarian, Matt. What happened?
All right, here we go. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen versus Dredd. Dredd, not Judge Dredd from the 90s with not that one, the new one that came out in what, 2012?
Dredd.
Something like that, yeah.
Dredd was so good.
Both still
we should have got a
that should have been a trilogy.
A trilogy
yes.
that explained that. That whole movie was great. I loved that.
Well,
which one?
Dredd.
Oh,
Dredd,
absolutely. Yeah.
Dredd 2's back in pre-production.
So
I've been in production for 20 years. Like,
Duke, I take it you're voting Dredd?
Yeah.
Okay. Jared?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
All right. Jolly?
Dredd, 100%.
Dan?
Dredd.
Tim?
Dredd.
Black Sperm?
They would have won no matter which Dredd it was. I'm going for Dredd.
Right. The original Dredd was good too.
Yep.
Dredd.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Honda?
It's been so long since I've seen League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I gotta go Dredd.
I agree with Jared. I think League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a better movie. Not by much, but better.
Yeah.
But anyway,
What hurts Dredd for me, it was shot for 3D and something.
Dredd's a great movie, but it's a very, very small story told about one specific thing that happens. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a much more encompassing big world story.
Universe, yeah.
That's
Sean
why I like
Connery was
Dread more.
pretty badass in it too.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah, he was.
All right.
We're about to be through the first round. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League, the 4-hour cut, the only one that matters, versus Old Boy, which is a great revenge movie if nobody's ever seen it. Duke.
Old Boy, by far.
Old Boy. Jared.
I like the Snyder cut.
All right.
I love the Snyder cut.
Jolly.
Old Boy gave a lot to cinema. I'm gonna give it to Old Boy.
All right. Dan.
Justice League. Cosplay to that showing.
There you go. Tim.
Schneider.
How do you cosplay to the Justice League when it was a streaming only service?
Well, the original Justice League when it opened up, I cosplayed to it. So when the follow up showed up, I was all about it.
He cosplayed as Lois Lane.
Yeah. You.
All right. Shot Red.
Old Boy.
Corey.
Refresh my memory. What's Old Boy? I don't.
It's a South Korean revenge movie about a guy who gets locked up for 20 years and then gets out and starts killing people to get revenge for being locked up for 20 years.
You know, like the one take hallway scene from Daredevil and a lot of.
It's a great movie. It's a really good movie. If you've never seen it. I mean, if you've never seen it, it's
I've never seen it, so I'm gonna have to go Justice League.
All right, Honda.
Showing up in your security uniform does not count as cosplaying as Batman, and I'm going not Old Boy because I've never seen it before.
All right, and I'm going Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, so that one wins.
Yeah, that was a badass movie.
All right, so now we're on to the next round. First one we've got up here, we had some extra ones that we had to add in that it automatically got added to the next round. So we've got V for Vendetta versus Endgame. Duke.
Endgame.
All right, Jared.
Endgame.
Jolly. V for Vendetta.
Dan. Dan's muted, so we're going to Tim.
Endgame.
Shot Red.
Endgame.
I'll get shut out.
Corey.
Endgame.
Honda.
Yeah, I can watch it over and over again.
Yep, I'm going Endgame too. That means, well, whatever Dan said wouldn't have mattered. Endgame wins.
Oh, I missed some. Sorry, I had to go take a piss.
That's all right. Well, V for Vendetta versus Endgame.
Oh, yeah, I would.
You missed my snarky quip about you wearing your Batman uniform. I mean, your security uniform and cosplay.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have security written on my Batman costume. It's actual riot armor. It's legit prison riot armor, so I can actually wear it.
Oh, you had that.
But there's more separation between the plates, so you're more vulnerable to knives and gunfire.
Well, you know what?
He can still move. That's what's important is movement.
Right. It's a movement.
All right. Okay, next round. Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man versus Winter Soldier. Duke.
Ooh.
Shit, that's the hardest one yet.
Yeah, that's tough.
Duke there.
Damn, that's hard.
He fell asleep.
Duke, did you fall asleep? God
Son of a bitch.
fucking shit.
Damn, Duke.
Way through.
Spider-Man versus Daryl Dixon, Duke. Come on now.
All right, Jared.
Oh, that's a toughie. I'm gonna go Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Jolly.
One of these proves that superhero movies could be great and profitable. One of these led to the Gray Man. So I'm going to go Spider-Man.
All right. Simple Dan.
Did the Winter Soldier, is that the one that had crossbones in it?
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes, yeah. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna go-
wait, that was Age of Ultron.
No, it had it had Crossbones before he became Crossbones.
That
Okay,
had the
yeah.
elevator scene.
Right. Yeah, that was Frank Grillo. He wasn't Crossbones until then. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with Spider-Man. I'm a big Frank Grillo Crossbones fan.
What Spider-Man is this?
The first one, Sam Raimi.
Winter
2001?
Soldier. Sorry,
2002? 2001 or 2002? I don't remember. Oh, Duke
Yeah.
finally chimed in and said Winter Soldier.
My bad.
Okay. Tim?
Winter Soldier.
All right. Shot Red?
Winter Soldier.
Corey?
Sam Raimi, Spider-Man.
Honda?
Winter Soldier.
All right. And I'm going Winter Soldier. That means Winter Soldier wins by 1 vote. That was a close one. All right. Now we've got, to introduce another new one, Watchmen versus Kingsman. Duke, you still there?
That's a good match.
Watchmen. Okay, Duke said Watchmen. Jared?
You're not locked in here. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me, the Watchman.
One of the
Did
greatest.
Duke say Watchmen?
Yeah, Duke said Watchmen.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
No.
I say Watchmen.
All right, Allie, Watchmen or Kingsman?
Watchmen.
All right, Dan?
Watchmen.
Tim?
Who's watching the Watchmen?
Shot Red?
Okay, one of these I have a comic book of, and it was my first actual bought one. And I got to go with Watchmen, even though they changed that ending.
Right. Big time.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, because they want old aliens.
Watching the Watchmen.
Honda?
Watchmen.
Yeah. Clean sweep for Watchmen. I'm going Watchmen 2.
That's such a good movie.
Phenomenal movie. If nobody's ever seen it, it's fucking great.
That was
All
a good. That was a good
It is a really
pairing,
good
though,
movie.
I got to say.
Yeah.
That was a good. The Watchmen and Kingsman was a good matchup.
It was.
Spider-Man,
Rorschach,
shut up.
Such an awesome character.
Yeah.
All right, now we got Blade versus Logan. 2 rated R
Ooh.
Marvel movies.
Ugh.
Oof.
Duke?
Logan.
Logan. Jared?
Blade.
Jolly?
Logan.
Dan?
Blade.
Shot Red?
Logan.
Tim? Sorry, I skipped Tim, went straight to Shot Red. Tim?
Oh God.
I choose Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
Blade? All right. Corey?
Blade.
Honda?
OG Blade.
All
There
right,
you
I'd
go.
go Logan, but Blade won that round.
I think they should remaster Blade and fix the blood monster at the end thing.
No. All
That's
right.
the only thing that will really hold up in that movie.
This is so far one of the hardest ones for me. We've got Constantine versus the Crow.
Easy answer.
Oh,
No,
Easy answer.
that's not hard at all. That's not hard at all. I'm
It's
sorry.
easy for me. I don't have a tattoo from Constantine on my arm.
The Crow,
Yeah.
baby. The Crow.
I never wrote a fanfic for Constantine either. So
Yo.
All right, Jared,
just saying.
Crow.
Crow, Jolly,
I'm gonna give Tim my vote.
Tim's got 2 votes, but we got to get to Dan first.
Crow.
Tim, you got 2 votes.
It can't rain all the time.
There you go.
There we go.
2 votes. Shot Red.
Crow.
Corey.
Crow.
Honda.
Gotta go
I
Crow,
don't know
man.
what you're gonna fucking vote.
Gotta go Crow.
Yeah, I'm going Crow too. All right, that was a clean sweep for the Crow.
I think Crow's going to be the heavyweight in the last round. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, I think it's got a chance.
Yeah, Crow's going to be right up there with like Endgame or some shit.
All right, now we've got The Dark Knight versus 89 Batman. These are 2 Batman movies I put on here because I think they're the 2 best Batman movies.
Right, right.
And now they are head to head up against each other. Duke.
Damn.
I think I know which way you're going to vote, Duke, but
You already know, baby. There's only one Batman, and his name starts with Keaton, and his last name is the Michaels. So there you go.
Keaton
His name
Michaels.
starts with Keaton.
Keaton the Michaels.
Listen,
Keaton Michaels.
listen. When you fuck something up, you just keep going with it, okay, son?
The show must go on.
Into.
Is that,
Listen,
what they taught you? Is that what they taught you in the Marines?
listen.
Well,
About,
his
half,
real name actually is Michael Douglas.
about halfway through the war, I realized what the hell we doing here. But we said we're already here. Damn it, we're gonna
Get
keep
it going. The show must go on. I respect that, Duke.
All right, 89 Batman. Eric, what about you?
Well, his original name was Michael Douglas before he changed it to Keaton.
True.
But I'm gonna go Dark Knight.
Dark
I mean,
Knight.
we could
Just
try
edges
to.
it out because it's just the production quality and everything, and that's just so
All right.
nice.
Jolly.
Probably one of the best villain performances of all time, The Dark Knight.
All right. Dan.
only because he died.
Dark Knight, one of the best villain and one of the best protagonist performances and supporting character in Gary Oldman. I'm going to give it to the Dark Knight.
All right. Tim.
Dark Knight.
Bullshit.
Shot Red.
You're gonna get
No,
haunted
that's
by
my
Heath
favorite
Ledger.
Batman and my favorite Joker. You can't beat Joker in the boombox, man. So I gotta go 89.
Thank you. A
89.
man
Yeah.
of
All right.
quality.
Corey.
Keaton, baby. Keaton.
Thank
All right.
you,
Honda?
Horace.
I'm sorry, Duke.
Don't let me down.
I'm letting you down. I gotta go Dark Knight.
You'd
Thank
really,
you.
You'd really hit a guy with glasses.
Now, Gary Oldman. I mean, the Dark Knight had Commissioner
Matt.
Gordon in it, and the best Commissioner Gordon
Come
you
on,
could have
man.
possibly
You know the
chosen.
truth.
I agree,
You're
but
gonna
89
lie.
Batman is far better.
Matt,
I mean,
search
come
your
on, man.
feelings.
I here's the thing.
Don't
no
do it,
matter
Matt.
no matter what I vote, something has already won.
Matt, stop. You could just lie. You could just lie.
Okay, both of these
Matt,
movies
no
are the
one's
best
counting.
Batman movies ever.
Mhm.
And,
No one's counting.
and
but you.
I know what the count is, and one of them's already won no matter what the fuck I vote.
You could have lied, though.
What did these?
He
changes-
could fortify.
I want to know what your actual would have voted
Look,
between those two.
I personally would go 89 Batman, but Dark Knight already won. So
I call rigged. It's rigged.
No, I want a new panel.
I
Fuck
love
this
both
panel.
movies, but
No, both. Yeah, to be sure. Hey, to be sure, both movies were really good.
No,
But I think Dark Knight had a better ensemble cast.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
fuck like 5 of these dudes on this panel and get new people, man. Motherfuckers retarded anyway.
Duke is legitimately trying to.
I don't see how
gerrymander
it's a contest.
the
89 Batman is the best Batman.
Yeah. You're only saying that because some dude took too many pills and offed himself. That's the only reason why you're saying that, homie.
Oh no! His performance in the movie was really good. So was Gary Oldman. So was Christian Bale. Come on now.
Are
Okay,
we
okay.
forgetting about Harvey Dent in this movie?
I can't stand Christian
Yeah, and
Bale.
Harvey Dent too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
had
stand
Harvey-
Christian
I'm
Bale.
sorry, it's done. There's nothing I can do about it.
We had Harvey.
Yeah,
Dent.
Two-Face was fucking.
Lando.
Two-Face was good.
We had Lando.
That's true. We had,
Yeah,
we
that's
had
true.
Randall Harvey.
And not even that. Batman 89 had more of a. It felt like Gotham. If you saw
Yes.
the world. This felt like almost in New York or somewhere, or Detroit, whatever.
Well, the
89 Batman definitely has more comic book feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about the better movie. It's gotta go be the Dark Knight.
89 Batman.
I We're gonna be arguing about this for half a fucking hour.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Next up. Oh wait, let me get this super chat here. Ghost Shadow said, "Would Deathlock make a good movie?" Deathlock? Maybe. They did this movie in the 80s, and I do not remember what it was called. And for years, I've tried to figure out what this movie was called. And it was very Deathlock-esque. And I don't know if it was them ripping off the comic.
RoboCop.
Well, kind of like RoboCop. But no, it was anyway, it's about a dude, and there's multiple. All I remember is like, there's one dude who's like literally bone breaker. He's half a tank. In addition to the main guy who's like, and now half fucked up robot cyborg fucking thing. It was this weird like B-list, D-list fucking it could have been like a Z-list fucking movie. And if anybody ever remembers what this was, it's a dude that's basically like Deathlock. He fucking like gets made into a cyborg. And then one of the enemies, one of the bad guys, is a dude whose lower half is a fucking tank.
Eliminator.
Movie is called
Eliminator.
Universal Soldier.
Eliminator?
Yeah, I remember that movie. And then in the end, they take the dude with the tank tread for the lower body, and they transport him back in time, and he's like before dinosaurs and shit. So he's basically like the king of nothing.
I don't remember all that, but
I remember that movie.
I think they could make Deathlock a really good movie.
Yeah,
dude, they made fucking Guardians of the Galaxy a good movie, and honestly, that's not a great comic series. So
I need to take a restroom
that's
break.
One of the movies I knew that was going to do well and had faith.
I need to take a restroom break, but I'm going to go ahead and vote Ninja Turtles, the original one from the 80s.
Okay. Yeah, we're moving on to the next one.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original 1990 version versus Heavy Metal. Duke?
Oh, no. Now we want people voting for the 80s movies. They can all just shut the fuck up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anyways, whatever.
All right. Jolly? Have you seen either of these movies, Jolly?
I've seen TMNT, but I like the animated TMNT way better.
Because you're a fetus.
No, it's just better. But I'll pretend that's it and vote for TMNT.
All right.
Wait, which animated one? You talking about the one back in the later 2000s?
Yeah, like 2008.
The Digitronic
there
one?
Some, the like
that one was all right.
The computer CG.
All right, whatever. Mm-hmm. Dan?
I'm going to go with Ninja Turtles.
All right, Tim?
Heroes in a Half Shell.
Karma brought that to me.
Shot Red?
Ninja Turtles.
Corey?
TMNT, baby.
Honda?
Gotta go Turtle Power, baby.
All right, clear sweep for TMNT. Obviously, that's what I'm voting for, too. All right, last one of this round. We've got Dredd versus Zack Snyder's Justice League, the 4-hour cut.
Ooh.
Duke?
Dredd.
We'll hold Jared to the end. He got to take a piss. Jolly?
Dredd.
Dan?
Dredd.
Tim?
Wasn't Dredd a Zack Snyder joint too?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Jared's back. Jared, 4-hour Zack Snyder cut versus
Snyder cut.
All right. Shot Red.
Dredd.
Corey.
Justice League.
Honda.
Honda, can you hear me?
What? Oh, he said Justice League. Okay, Justice League. Okay.
Wait, did he?
Saying I'm voting Justice League too. That means Justice League wins. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I didn't hear Honda vote.
I did. I clearly heard him say Justice League. So
I heard him.
No, I'm calling
Corey
shenanigans.
Corey heard him. Jared heard him.
I heard him.
I didn't hear him.
We all heard
Are you
it.
sure it wasn't? I vote Justice League.
No, we heard it. All right, now we're going to this next one here. We're on to the semifinals. Who the fuck is jamming in the background?
Who playing that Kelpie G?
All right. Now we got Avengers Endgame versus Winter Soldier. Duke.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. What do you got for me, Duke?
Endgame.
Endgame. All right. Jared?
I'm going to go Winter Soldier.
Jolly?
Winter Soldier.
Dan?
You kind of lagged out on there, Dan.
Winter Soldier.
Well, Winter Soldier. Okay. Tim?
Endgame.
Jared?
Winter Soldier.
Corey?
Endgame.
Honda? Honda?
I can't hear Honda.
Is Honda signal get hacked?
Or is that one of Honda's kids? Honda's younglings? You hear me? Little Honda?
Honda Spawn. Answer for your father.
Honda Spawn. Answer for your father. What's a better movie? Captain America Winter Soldier or Avengers Endgame?
Endgame.
All right, there you go. All right, so we got Endgame. That's 4-4, by the way. My vote is the tiebreaker.
And I know where it's going.
And I'm going Endgame.
Oh.
Honda's Spawn counts. That's a
Honda or you does not.
Well, no. It's only half a Honda, so it only counts for half a vote.
which still puts Endgame 1/2 point above Winter Soldier.
It's a technicality.
All right. Here we go. We got Watchmen versus Blade. This is I think this is going to be a hard one. I know which one I prefer, but this is a hard one because these are two fantastic movies for very different reasons. Duke, what do you got for me?
Watchmen.
Jared?
I'm going to Watchmen.
All right. Jolly?
Watchmen.
Dan?
Blade.
What?
Blade.
Okay. Yeah, you're breaking up, but I can get you a little bit. Tim?
Okay.
Oh, geez, you're right. You're so right. They're good movies for different reasons. I don't know. I think I still got to go Watchmen, though.
All right. Jared?
Watchmen.
Corey?
Watching the Watchmen. Sorry, I thought I was unmuted.
Okay. We just lost somebody. Who the hell did we lose? Oh, we lost Dan. Honda?
Sorry, I just got back. Watchmen versus Blade. Watchmen.
Yeah. Watchmen. All right, and I'm going Watchmen as well. That means Watchmen makes it to the semifinals.
Wait, did Honda made a vote on that last one? Well, that was somebody.
That
else
was
that
Honda
did
Jr. came in. We were talking to your son.
Really?
Actually, no. That was me that said that.
I really want to know on that Winter Soldier one. Endgame.
I swear I heard
something.
I think Endgame would have lost.
Winter Soldier.
Break in.
I heard something, man, and I was like, "Is that Honda's kid?" I was like, Honda's
So wait,
kid.
what was the vote? Let's find out what he would actually vote.
It was Endgame versus Winter Soldier.
Endgame versus Winter Soldier.
Okay, which one do you like better, Endgame or Winter Soldier? Endgame? He says Endgame.
Okay, see, then it's fine. That's what we heard fake Junior Honda say. So
he says he never watched Winter Soldier.
Oh, geez.
Well, that's just a failing of his father. Okay.
I think you should go watch Winter Soldier. It's a good movie.
All right. It's a great movie.
He says he actually
It is
has
a great
money.
movie.
Jesus.
All right. Okay. Now next for the semifinals, we got The Crow versus Dark Knight. Duke, what do you got?
I ain't voting for the fucking Dark Knight so the Crow can win for all I care.
Wait, what?
I said I'm not voting for the Dark Knight. I'm voting for the Crow so they can fuck for all I
Duke's
care.
bitter.
Yeah.
All right. Jared?
2 movies where 2 of the main characters actors died.
Yep.
I'm going Dark Knight.
All right. Jolly?
The Dark Knight.
He said The Crow. I heard him say The Crow. It was hard to tell because he's still shoving cheese in his face, but he said The Crow.
Calm down there, Sleepy Joe.
I'm Jolly and I said The Crow.
Tim?
Yeah.
I vote The Crow.
Tim, what do you got?
The Crow.
All right. Jared?
Dark Knight.
Okay, The Crow. Good. Honda?
You know, I love The Crow. Honestly, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Then you better fucking say it.
But you put it against Dark Knight, which is like also one of my favorite movies of all time that I probably like a little bit better. So fuck you, Dark Knight.
I've lost.
I heard The Crow again.
I heard The Crow again. Corey.
The Crow, baby.
All right, Dan.
Crow.
All right, and I'm going The Crow. That means The Crow wins by 1 legitimately without me having to cheat.
Good.
Good. I request a recount.
I would have cheated though, but I didn't have to.
Good.
All right. TMNT, the original 1990, versus Zack Snyder's Justice League. Duke.
Ooh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Half Shell.
All right. Jared.
Justice League.
Jolly.
Justice League.
Tim.
Turtle Power.
Shot Red.
Turtles.
Honda.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Corey.
Cowabunga, dude.
Dan.
Cowabunga it is.
All right. I mean, from what I can see, Justice League won. So,
Fortified.
Oh, hold up. Let me go grab something.
It's definitely a fucking tough choice, though.
Dude, this is
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
Endgame versus the Ninja Turtles.
Endgame versus Crow. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Endgame versus Watchmen. Duke.
Ooh.
Endgame.
Endgame. Jared.
We didn't see blue penis in Endgame, so I'm going Endgame.
All right. That's true.
Didn't get to see the penis.
Oh, what are we to now? Endgame versus Watchmen?
Yeah, Endgame versus Watchmen.
Oh, Watchmen.
All right, Tim. I heard Jolly say.
Endgame.
Okay. Shot Red.
I liked the ending more in Infinity War, but Watchmen had a better ending. I'm going with Watchmen.
All right, Honda.
I've watched Endgame like a million times. Endgame.
Corey.
Endgame.
Dan.
Watchmen.
And I'm going Endgame, which means Endgame won by about 3 points.
Oh, but speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, look at this patch I got.
What do you got there? Cowabunga it is. That's nice. I like that.
Favorite
What's that
one.
on your wall behind you?
That's
What?
based on like the rotting mask.
Okay.
We got Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
I don't know
Bebop.
what the other ones
He's
are.
not going to know the other stuff.
No,
Attack on Titan's up top. And
Yes.
Cyberpunk is on
Edge
the
Runners.
left. Yeah, Edge Runners.
And
But what's in
this-
the
I had the 1986 Palladium Games RPG for TMNT.
I'm very
the cat.
laggy for whatever reason. I don't know
Wait,
why.
what is that?
That's my
Naruto?
cat. That's my cat as Naruto.
Okay. I just know
Oh.
that headband looking thing.
Yeah. Funny enough, I haven't seen Naruto.
All
Wow,
right.
that's interesting.
Okay, here we go. We're almost done. Crow versus 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Duke.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Jared.
Crow.
Jolly.
TMNT.
Tim.
I like the Turtles, but there's only one correct answer, and that's the Crow.
All right, Shot Red.
The Turtles, they outlived the Crow. Like, well,
Honda.
I'm going Turtles, but for different reasons than they outlived him.
All right, Corey.
The Crow is the only fucking answer there is.
All right, Dan.
The Crow, but not by much.
It is 4-4. I am the tiebreaker here.
oh, great.
I wonder which way he'll go.
Y'all see? What does that say?
It can't rain all the
Hey,
time.
motherfuckers!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I said I guess the
Yeah.
Crow really did touch you deeply.
The Crow, motherfuckers.
Matt, did you get the Mezco Crow?
No, I didn't. I want to though. I don't have any Crow figures, which is weird, but I don't.
Yeah, for a
Not a
fan,
lot
I'm
of them.
surprised.
Not a lot of them. So I know Marvel Select made one, or Diamond Select.
I heard it wasn't
I didn't
very
like
good,
that
though.
one. It looked kind of goofy. And
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad.
That is funny. No, that is. I'm just
Who-
thinking.
who
Who's really
sells
thought about
Nesco
that in
figures?
hindsight?
All right, that's the show, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you. A beautiful time.
I find it very telling.
Honestly,
Fucking
I would
streamer
be
keeps kicking
okay.
me out.
I would be okay if these two right here were just like, yeah, they're both good. We're done.
What if the Crow was in Endgame?
Oh, it'd be a perfect movie.
He was like one of the dudes who jumped through the portal at the end, you know?
Yeah. Be fucking great.
It was still
we gotta-
disappointing that in game the Ghost Rider didn't show up.
I can safely say now. I can safely say now. I am happy with either of these winning, and I don't know which one I'm going to pick.
Well, then we
All right,
already
you
predict
go
this is what was
first.
going to happen in the
Then
beginning.
you have to go first.
Then I have to go first. Shit.
Yes.
I've probably seen these movies an equal amount of times. I love them both equally. They are both two of my favorite movies of all time, not just comic book movies, but like of all time.
Right.
If I have to pick one, like I'm sitting down to watch TV right now. I have these two choices. Which one am I going to watch? Right now, the mood I'm in right now, I'm watching Endgame. So
Yep.
I'm going to pick Endgame. So that's my vote for now. That could change in an hour. I don't know, but for now, Endgame. Duke, what about you?
Endgame.
Endgame. Jared,
In game.
Jolly.
You know what, Endgame. Much as it pains me.
Tim.
The Crow is awesome, but yeah, I think I gotta go Endgame.
Got red.
Endgame easily.
Honda.
The Crow to be obstinate.
Okay. Dan.
The Crow.
Corey.
It can't rain all the time.
All right, that is a 3-6 vote in favor of Endgame as the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Yep,
And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either, but
I'm gonna be honest. Like out of the movies that are on this list, like the ones I would have been okay with winning is Endgame, The Crow, Man of Steel, TMNT, or 89 Batman. Like
I'm
those.
still surprised Man Steel lost the first bracket.
I can't believe Man of Steel what? That's a fucking phenomenal movie.
It is. Oh, no, it's a good movie.
I would have been okay if you'd have thrown Dredd up in there too. Dredd was
Actually, I also would have been okay with Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut of Justice League because that movie's fucking amazing.
I still gotta watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't watch it either because it's like
it's fucking awesome, man.
No,
so is it really that good?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yes.
I know they added some stuff in there that was like, okay, that's cool.
It's a completely different movie.
It's a completely different movie.
Technically, it's two movies. They were originally planning on doing two movies, and that's why it's 4 hours long.
Yep.
Oh, that actually explains.
They gotta get their shit together, man, because they be fucking up.
The first
a lot of
movie was
stuff with
supposed to end at the resurrection. Then starts movie 2.
Oh, like he wakes up and then like movie 2. Oh wait, he's not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking fantastic movie. If you have not seen Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut, it's a completely different movie. There's completely different scenes in it from what you saw in the original Justice League. I mean, some of the scenes are the same, obviously, but like there's a lot of it that's completely different dialogue. There's a lot different in it.
Yeah, the original Justice League was not very good, dude.
No, it was horrible.
No, it was. But that was the thing that makes me more pissed off. Like, damn, how they need to get their shit together.
And Doomsday was like
they really do.
Like he looked like a bitch compared to how he looked in the comics.
Yep, he looked like a giant Ninja Turtle.
He looked like a giant turd.
With no shell. Yeah.
Like someone just squeezed him out.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, here's your turd."
And making him
I don't remember
him. Doomsday
him.
being a
other character, the character they had to whoop on.
And plus, the origin for Doomsday being a reanimated corpse of Zod.
Not
really dumb.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, he was sent by fucking what's his name?
Lex Luthor?
No. It was
Wasn't it Brainiac?
What's Superman's fucking rival guy?
General Zod.
No, the other guy.
Doomsday wasn't sent by anybody.
Well,
I think that wolf guy.
There was something about Brainiac knew he was out there or something. Like Brainiac knew who Doomsday was.
Doomsday ended up on Earth by total accident.
Who's the guy who has like the planet of like fucking
Darkseid?
Apocalypse?
Darkseid,
yeah.
No, there was no connection.
I could have
to
sworn
Darkseid.
Darkseid sent him.
Nope.
No,
that's the movie.
No.
The movie he made clones of Doomsday, the cartoon movie.
Yeah, he cloned him with parademon DNA.
Oh, you're right. That is from okay.
They were much weaker than the original Doomsday.
No, you're totally right. Okay, I'm with it.
Superman vaporized those. They were so weak compared to regular Doomsday.
Well, there we have it. Endgame 1. So there
At least
you go.
you guys still have YouTube channels.
Yeah, the Doomsday ended up on Earth by the last planet he was on. The royalty, they actually combined their bodies together, made an energy beam, killed Doomsday, and as part of their ceremony, even though he was a villain, they wrapped him up in ceremonial garbs, launched him into space, tumbled in space, crashed on Earth. That's how he got to Earth. That green suit was actually a funeral suit.
He was like 10,000 years old because they kept killing him and bringing him back and killing him and bringing him back.
He's basically what made Krypton habitable, because that's where his origin started at. The alien scientists that made Doomsday kept timed out for a second. The alien that actually, that's the reason why he hates Superman so much. He sees Superman as the alien that kept killing him as an infant.
Yeah, because he could tell he was a Kryptonian.
Yeah, he kept sending the baby out into Kryptonian's atmosphere. It'd die instantly for the atmosphere. Send it back out, clone it, send it back out. It dies. Eventually, when it can actually breathe on its own, these big giant rock creatures lived on the planet. They'd smash and kill the baby. Eventually, it got to a point, it's forced evolution.
Yeah.
And he's basically a technological golem.
Yeah.
Eventually, I can see why he's so pissed off.
Yeah. Eventually, he's died probably millions of times.
Yeah. I forget what was it? Was it an alien race we knew that the scientist was? I can't remember who it was.
It was like looks like an alien gray type dude, but his helpers looked like human or Kryptonian.
I don't want to know nothing about no alien.
The planet Krypton was uninhabitable until basically Doomsday killed all the creatures that was on the planet.
Talk about no aliens on Geek Chat trying to come get me.
That's one of the things people they get wrong a lot too when they put a human on Krypton. We wouldn't survive. The atmosphere is toxic to us. We'd die instantly.
I had heard that Doomsday was the first Kryptonian because they kept on, they would reincarnate him and make him immune to whatever killed him the last time.
Yeah.
So
eventually that came part of his evolution. He'd actually resurrect himself.
Yeah.
And evolved past what killed him before.
Right. So he just keeps on getting tougher and tougher and tougher.
Yeah. He evolved past those standards. During the second time they had Doomsday was the Hunter Prey storyline. That's when he had Darkseid involved. And that's when they brought back the Cyborg Superman too. When Cyborg Superman threw Doomsday's corpse out into space, he actually made a backup copy and put it on Doomsday.
Duke, are you there?
I'm here, baby. I ain't even asleep. What's up?
TC actually brought up something worth talking about. Have you heard about the aliens that went to Brazil?
No, why? What happened?
There's actual hospital medical documentation of aliens visiting Brazil, like a craft. This is real. This is all documented. Now, it's up to everyone's own interpretation whether or not they believe what all these people said, but it's thousands of people have signed testimony and doctors who fucking there's medical charts, medical reports of this fucking alien landing in Brazil, and he was hurt and they helped him. And there's actual real MDs who really went to school, and there are medical records from Brazil of this town fucking having a craft land, and the alien was hurt, and the doctors in this town and the hospital in this town fucking helped him.
Oh yeah, I was watching about this, dude. I was watching about this. Like the smell was like legendary. How bad it was. Like
And
everywhere they went, they were like, I don't know what was in that bag, but that was the worst thing I've ever smelled by far in my
like
entire
one guy
life.
died. One of the guys that got the alien out of the craft died because they said the alien and a lot of the stuff in the ship was covered in this stuff that they couldn't quite describe. It was this moist stuff that got on the one guy who carried him, and he died of what do they call it? Toxic plasmosis, or I don't know what the fuck they call it, but
they look like that dude off of RoboCop when he came.
He got some toxic shit in his system, and it fucking killed it. It killed the guy, and there's medical records of him dying from this toxic exposure.
And there's like interviews from all the children, right? Like there's like there were children at, I forget if it was like a high school or some kind of school, and they all watched this craft go over and like crash or whatever. And a bunch of them were just like, fuck school, let's go see what the shit that was.
And so they all. What year was this? When did this occur?
Not that long. It was like 99 or something, 98.
Okay.
And this is all legitimate. There are like medical records and police documents and all this shit. That happened.
I was gonna say the kids from the school are all like my age, dude. They're all like 40-ish.
Yeah.
And they all have like perfect exact memory that all matches each other's memories and recount of what happened. And they're like, you know, like if you listen to one of them, it's like you listen to all of them because they all tell the same story.
Right.
Because they all got their stories together and came up with the same one.
They were all fed the same script.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. I've always believed that if disclosure were to ever happen, it would be from like a second world nation, because fucking the EU and the United States and people in places like that, they're not going to tell us shit. They're going to continue to just lie in our faces,
bro. That has already happened if you pay attention, which most people don't. And I don't blame you. But Mexico's released all kinds of fucking stuff. Russia's released all kinds of stuff. Other countries around the world,
even in Europe, they released sometimes some stuff.
And then there are those pictures that they took like a couple months ago over Michigan. Remember, Duke? I sent you.
Yeah, baby.
Like legitimately, this weird shit in the sky above Michigan. So
whatever happened to that news story from like a month ago or something, where they were like, "Oh, the Pentagon is tracking a mothership that's entered the solar system."
Yeah, and then it just like everybody stopped talking about it. The news story just fucking disappeared.
What happened to that?
I don't know. People stopped talking about it. No, because the people in the Pentagon came out and said, like, there was reports from the Pentagon.
It wasn't on like April 1st or anything, was it?
No, not even close. This was back in late February, early March.
What's the old saying? If they let it fly, it's fake. If they bury it, it's real.
Yep.
Just saying. Yep. Yeah, and
shit.
Mexico's been on the cutting edge. Mexico and Brazil and a couple of other places like that have been on the cutting edge of UFO. But here's the thing: since they're kind of a lower tier country, nobody really listens to them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Goes right along with what you were just saying a minute ago. Of like, I always thought it would be a third world country or something like that would come forward with the information first. And it's like, it already has, and it's already done nothing for that reason, for the exact reason you just said.
Yep. Right. Well, I mean, to the rest of the world, it's done nothing. But to guys like me, I'm listening. You know what I mean? I'm listening to their disclosures. So
Sector 2813 said cows got dissected in Texas this month.
Yeah, I was just reading that. That's true. That happened just a couple of weeks ago. That it was some weird shit with some cows, and all their tongues were missing, and like, the cows didn't have any blood in their body or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
No blood, and they took their tongues.
No flies, too. No insects around.
Lead-laced archery. Ask Duke if he's going to visit that portal to hell in Detroit. What is that?
Oh, I've heard about this. What is that? Yeah, there's a portal to hell in Detroit. What is that?
Nope.
I don't remember what this is.
It's called Detroit. No thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say Detroit is a portal to hell.
I thought he was talking about the portal to hell in
Siberia.
Afghanistan.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a really deep portal to hell in Siberia as well.
There's the hole in Siberia, and then Turkmenistan. There's the like natural gas reserve that they set on fire, and it's just been burning for 40 years.
Wow.
Remember that thing? They were like, well, "This is the deepest hole that's ever been dug by humans," and Russian scientists put a microphone down there, and this is what we heard. And it's just like people screaming.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Josh T dropped in a super chat, says, did their leader have a tiny mustache and sounded angry and wouldn't stop yelling?
He was a snazzy dresser. I do know that.
He wore Hugo Boss and drove a Volkswagen. So
no, he drove a Porsche.
That might be it. I don't know.
And he loved Lugers.
Yeah, he loved Lugers.
And blonde hair and blue eyes.
Oh, I finally watched that. Who's mentioned of Crossbones? Frank. What's his name?
Frank Grillo.
I watched the boss level finally on that.
Oh, dude, that movie's so fucking great.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I fucking love that movie.
I did find out
great.
I'm already predisposed. I like time loop stories. I've loved them since I was a kid.
If you watch it on F movies, they chop off the very end of the movie and then roll the credits.
Oh, really?
It's like he steps in the machine, the movie ends. It don't show him waking up in his bed.
Okay, that's weird.
I'm just saying Frank Grillo is the next.
That don't seem right. Then I did a Google search ending to the movie, and then I found it on YouTube. I actually was able to watch the last bit of the movie.
Okay.
So I'm just saying Frank Grillo would make an excellent Punisher.
So I do have 2 strikes on YouTube now, man.
How the hell do you have 2?
Well, so I've got that one that was from whatever that we already talked about, right?
Yeah, the one that should have dropped off, right?
No, well, there was the one that dropped off. That's dropped off. Then I got a new one as soon as that one dropped off for some BS that didn't make sense to me. And I was like, I challenged it thinking that they would like overturn it because obviously it was BS and my challenge was legit. And they were like, nah, it sticks. Sorry. So I'm like, all right, whatever. 1 strike, no big deal. Well, then I got another strike for a chat that we did 7 weeks ago for a clip that was 2.5 hours into the chat, right? And you might be thinking like, oh my God, Honda, like what did you show that was so egregious that they would 7 weeks later hunt you down and give you a strike for it? It was a video of equipment that a Twitter post said was going to Ukraine, right? Like here's a bunch of equipment that's going to Ukraine. So we're like looking at all this equipment that was going to Ukraine. Like the United States has sent how many $1 billion worth of equipment to Ukraine, right? Well, I guess the particular clip that we were watching was equipment that was coming out of Poland and coming back to America and not going to Ukraine. And therefore, it was an egregious lie, misinformation, all of these other things according to the strike. They gave me a strike for it. And when I was like, dude, like, okay, it's not going to Ukraine, but like, seriously, like, how much have we sent to Ukraine? It's not like I'm making this stuff up, you know? And they're like, nah, bitch, strike 2. So now I have 2 strikes.
That's some bullshit, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, they're just they're trying their best to get you shut down.
I am down for 90 days.
Ooh.
Well, I'm down for 2 weeks, but I'm not gonna fucking like post anything to YouTube, barely at all, probably.
They're just looking for a reason to give you a
while
third
I have
strike.
2 strikes, because if you have 2 strikes, then you know, like anything that they do, you have a 3rd strike, and now you don't have a channel.
I would go back and get rid of all your live chats.
No, because last time I did that, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna put them back up. You know.
No, don't put them back up. Just get rid of them. They're live chats. Nobody goes back and watches those anyway.
Right.
Just dump
People
them.
go back maybe 2 to 3 days at best.
Yeah. You don't need them on your channel anyway.
Yeah.
You should dump your live chats once every few months anyway.
Well, if I'd done that, then I wouldn't have got this strike.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's fucked up. Because like they
somebody went and flagged you.
retroactively went back and looked for. I think it had to be the algorithm, right? Because like this news article I found pertaining to that particular video that I shared was like, oh, we found all these people online that are spreading misinformation. We are here with the media, and we are here to protect you from misinformation. So you know that they like went to YouTube and they were like,
so they sound like Adam Sandler.
Yes, exactly. Well, they're like, hey, we found this thing that people are spreading as misinformation. So now you can use that as a tool to go after people who are talking about news stories but aren't actually like, official or whatever, right? You're not with CNN, so you don't have like a team of fucking dudes behind you fact checking everything you talk about to make sure that everything that you say that comes out of your mouth is 100% correct. Like, part of the thing about the First Amendment is that you have the right to be wrong, right? You can say something that's wrong because you have the freedom of speech, and they're taking that away actively right now, because if you happen to be misinformed about a particular subject, even 1%, and you go online and say that thing 1% wrong, they can come after you now and fucking give you strikes and delete your channel and get rid of you for misinformation and label you as a conspiracy theorist or whatever else they want to do. And they're only going to get worse. Like this internet safety information freedom thing that they're coming out with, like the response to TikTok that they're over responding to TikTok with, is basically the end of free speech on the internet in the United States.
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean people aren't after you.
You and I will not have channels where we can talk about anything except for like fluffy dogs and how much we like X-Men.
And the Kardashians.
As long as that's what we're talking about, I'm sure it's fine. But the second you have an opinion about anything substantial or anything meaningful or anything prevalent to what's going on in society right now,
I'm surprised Hasbro isn't trying to start striking people down for talking about them sending the Pinkertons after people.
Right. So I'm on Rumble for the next 3 months, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that whole Pinkertons thing like really pissed me off, man. I mean, you got to know your rights, man. Don't open your goddamn door. And if they push their way in, get them on camera, and after that, do what you got to do.
And what I'm thinking is, from now on,
if he didn't give the stuff back to him, he had a hell of a lawsuit against him.
Right.
He lost a lot of his leverage for doing a lawsuit by giving him everything. He's basically by giving it to him, he kind of was admitting he did something wrong.
I think what my plan is with the channel from now on, though, is to do the live chats on Rumble, Rumble exclusive, Rumble only, and then make clips and post clips to YouTube of things that are specifically not as spicy or whatever, or YouTube friendly enough to post or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's what Nick Ricada ended up doing.
Yeah. And then you'll drive traffic to your channel through the YouTube clips.
Yeah.
But you can talk about whatever the fuck you want because it's Rumble and free speech is a thing, Because you can't do it on YouTube anymore. You literally can't. I have proven that so many times now. It sucks.
Yeah, he got strikes by a show where he talks about legal stuff and showing a video of like something bad happening. They struck him for that, and then he got false flagged and got struck, and then they pulled his entire channel down with 500,000 subscribers.
Yep.
They got reinstated, but he don't.
Well, they screwed up. That's why they reinstated him, because they realized, oh wait, this is one of the largest super chatted YouTube channels in existence. Yep. When we got rid of him, what we really did was screw ourselves out of, tens of thousands of dollars of profit.
Yep. Now he does most of his. He does I think he does a show like he does an hour on YouTube, and then he does the rest on Rumble.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's what I've been trying to do is like do an hour on YouTube and do the rest on Rumble.
He's got an audience where it's easy for him to do that.
But they keep giving me strikes for bullshit, dude. Like I've been super careful lately about like what I put on YouTube and like the language used and all that stuff and what videos we're showing and all that stuff, and it doesn't seem to matter. They just seem to find little ways to like stretch the algorithms, like parameters of what it's searching for, or like
you are currently a target, so they're going to keep watching and they're going to strike you over anything.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah. So, Jared, quick question, real quick.
Oh, I'm not too familiar about it. Either that or is it registering yet? But what is this Pinkerton stuff you were talking about?
We started the show where we was talking about it. He missed that section.
You were here. Were you here on Wednesday when we were talking about it, Corey?
No, I missed Wednesday's chat. I wasn't feeling good.
Basically, a small YouTuber, just under 6,000 subscribers. He's a big Magic the Gathering player and collector thing. He ordered some cards from an online vendor, had the receipts, paid for it legally, and Hasbro sent his vendor the wrong cards by mistake. They sent him like the next set of cards that's coming out in a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
He opened them up and he was surprised. He did like a live unboxing on his video, did a review video. Then Hasbro sent the Pinkertons after him to collect the cards, threaten him with jail time, say he stole these cards and all kinds, and threaten him, his wife, his kids, and call him a thief.
Jesus, that's fucked up.
And
all because they fucked up.
Yep. Accusing him of being a thief when they just screwed up and sent him the wrong stuff. Well, he's actually a third party. They sent his vendor the wrong stuff, and they sent the Pinkertons, which is illegal as hell. They threaten jail time. You don't give them this, and if you don't, we're going to file charges against you, which is illegal as shit.
No joke.
Apparently, and he was a pretty.
They were basically pretending to be law enforcement.
Yeah, right. He was a peaceful guy too. When he kind of complied with them, he didn't quite know what was going on. I guess they might have flashed a badge or something like that, and accused him of some stuff or whatever like that.
Have like a security badge type thing.
Yeah, it's just like Pinkerton Private Detective or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's in the know, he was compliant. He was compliant. Now, I mean, any one of us in this chat room would have been like, "Man, fuck you." You know what I mean? Are you a cop? Do you have a warrant? Yeah.
He was way too compliant. That made his wife cry, and it scared his daughter and his dogs. And
they presented themselves in a questionable manner.
I
flashed a badge and said, "We want to talk to you." And so
they were armed, and they were
and they had haircuts that were short, and they were like, I bet they had some vests on, like things like that. I guarantee they did things to elicit this guy to comply with him.
Even harassed his like 90-some-year-old neighbor, or telling him that your neighbor's a crook and a criminal.
So I guarantee some shadiness was going down on this all 100%. I wish we had video.
I wish they would send me something early so they can send the Pinkertons.
Right.
Yeah, like for instance, technically, like if you are a private detective, you can technically show your badge and say, "Hi, I'm a detective working the case." You're not lying to them. You know what I mean? You are a detective.
But when you threaten them with jail time, you're pretending to be a cop.
But
at that point, you're crossing the line. But my point is that to gain initial compliance, you could be like, "Hi, I'm a detective working the case of some items that were shipped to you, blah blah blah," like that, and then they're gonna be like, "Whoa, hey."
If I had video of that, they would go to jail. Yeah. If they showed a badge and say, "Hi, I'm a detective," and they said, "I'm working this case,"
he overly complied with them too. Gave them everything. Doug, they wanted the original packaging. It got mailed to them, so he had to dig through the trash to find the packaging.
Right.
And he took down the videos. I wouldn't have done any of that shit, and I would have had a video of their asses on YouTube.
Exactly, 100%.
They may have been getting like speared and jackhammered in the middle of the yard.
Like power bomb.
Their nicknames would be Leadface.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wish that I had football pads still, so I could put them on and just like tackle someone like I used to. That'd be fun.
And nobody ever expects a headbutt.
I know I couldn't get through an entire game, but I could hit somebody once. You know what I mean? I could sprint at them and tackle them once and be like, "Ow, that hurt," and get up.
It's like that song, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I got one left in me.
I'm a 6'2", 390-pound man. It's like, and so
yeah,
not many people's going to scare me.
This brings up the question though, because I'm curious, because Honda wasn't here when we were talking about it earlier, but with the veracity they went after this, I've never played Magic the Gathering. I know Honda, you have.
Yeah.
Is there something about the game itself where if cards were revealed early, it would somehow cause problems with people playing the game?
No.
Well, I don't know. In what way do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, he basically, like, they told him, like, for instance, to take the videos down. Like, what is there about knowing what cards come in packs that could, like, why did he have to take the videos down? Like, I can understand them wanting to investigate, like, where these came from, like, who screwed up that this person ended up with these. But to go so far as to, like, well, you have to take these videos down because we can't even have people seeing what cards might come out.
I think it's just they're just exercising their intellectual property rights. You know, like they created new cards for their game, and like they haven't released them yet. And so if someone got a hold of them and they're releasing information about the cards that they are planning to release in the next like set or series or whatever, then
tough kitty if you legally bought
But
them,
as far as like how does that affect the gameplay? It doesn't. It really, unless there's some card in there that's like super powerful that's going to change the way that, you know, this or that deck works, and now you got to get these supporting cards that are already out, which may go up in price or something like that slightly because they're more in demand. I don't know. I
was just wondering if that had anything to do with it, but like I said, I've never played the game, so I didn't know.
Well, and I haven't played since Mirrodin, which is like 2007, I think, was the last time I played.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
I played them when they first came out and everything. What was it, like the late 90s when they came out?
Yeah, but I was gonna say Honda, but I don't know how long you played, but it ain't like, you know, in Magic, there are some cards that have different meanings and different playing, and like, oh, you can know like ahead of the game of what you to go into and what's in the, you know, when you start buying those cards.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but it's not going to affect the gameplay in the moment. It's just going to give away what's coming down the pike.
So, like for instance,
like Honda said, the intellectual property.
During Mirrodin, there was a card that was a red card that gave Dragon Affinity for 3. So it was a 2/2 character, and it reduced the cost of casting dragons by 3. Right? So you put 4 of those in your deck, and now you've got a ready-built dragon deck. You get 2 of those dudes out, dragons are almost free to cast. And you can just cast dragons for like 2 mana. So everyone's building dragon decks because that character, that card came out. So all the cost of these dragon cards from previous sets went from like $10 or whatever they were normally to like 15 or 20, you know? So it increased the price because it increased the demand for those old cards that went with this new card that came out of the new set. That's the only thing I can think of that would have any kind of effect. Honestly, it's got to be just Wizards of the Coast exercising their intellectual property rights.
Yeah. All right. I was just curious. Just curiosity.
I just heard
what you got, Tim?
Phenomena.
Oh, yeah, Leia there in her indoor outfit.
Princess Leia.
That's a hard figure to find, man. The Princess Leia figures, usually.
I found her in my local Walmart a while back.
Nice.
She showed up and was there.
Was she working the register?
I was hanging on her peg.
That's for damn.
And I kind of have a problem with how this C-3PO is packaged. Because they list him, and the silver leg is proper to a point, but they have it listed as him coming from A New Hope. He didn't get the silver leg till the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
No, he had a silver leg at the beginning of New Hope.
Lies and deceit, sir. Lies and deceit.
I do not remember him having a silver leg all the way through.
I don't remember either. Yeah.
It was a replacement lower leg from.
He got it after he got disassembled in Empire.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, when it got blown up on Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that there's other C-3POs. He ran into a C-3PO while he was in Cloud City. I think he was in Cloud City. That he's like, "Hello, how are you doing?" And then he's like, "Ichota," like in other words, like eat shit. Yeah.
That's another dumb thing about the Phantom Menace having Anakin build 3PO.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you invented this like robot out of nothing. That happens to be exactly the same as every other protocol droid in the entire galaxy.
Yeah, that ends up being like a template and a prototype for a mass-produced robot.
Look
right.
in the side chat. Look at that. Silver leg, A New Hope. The first time we see him, he has a silver leg. Scroll down. You'll see the picture. And it's circled. That's a silver leg.
Nah, it's photoshopped.
Yeah,
Stop
it's
sharing
Photoshop.
Photoshopped crap. Come on, Duke. Jesus.
And in the desert, silver leg.
That's the special editions, man. That's
the remake.
Yeah, that's the silver leg was a direct result of him being blown apart in Empire Strikes Back. I'm just saying.
Look at the picture.
Oh
It's
yeah,
facts.
pictures. I watched the movie times. I never.
See, listen to the actual 3PO in the chat.
Yeah, 3PO's actually talking here.
Yes. 3PO.
Yeah.
Tell us again. How did your leg
3PO?
I hate all of you.
We love you though, Duke. We love you though, Duke. It's okay to be wrong. It's really
I'm not
it's
wrong.
fine.
Look at the fucking chat.
It's
That's
Photoshop.
I love all of you, but I hate most of you.
Yeah, we love you.
I hate all of you.
Practical Bacon says he dropped in a super chat. Says C3PO deepfake. I agree.
Yeah, that's a deep fake, totally.
Deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
They can do anything now, man.
Yeah.
They did a whole interview with Joe Rogan, and that was all AI. So
Matt, I know I missed most of the beginning of the chat and everything in the pre-chat. Did we have an emergency meeting for Duke?
no, we did not. We'll save that for Monday.
Yeah.
Wait, are we having an intervention?
We're having an intervention.
Not on Monday though. We not on this chat.
Well, you don't get to decide when we do your intervention if you're being intervened on.
Well, fuck you. I'll do what I want.
That works.
Y'all ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep being
Does
crazy.
Duke need? I don't think Duke needs to be intervened on.
Duke,
he does.
keep doing what you're doing. That's fine. You can do that, but just know that the group is not going to invite you to these chats anymore.
Listen, motherfucker. Y'all don't
All
know
I
me.
can say, Duke, is we love you, and it's easy to get back on the wagon. So
Listen, y'all don't know nothing about me, so y'all can eat a bunch of dicks.
I must have missed something. I don't see any like Duke really cause any kind of problems or anything.
So y'all better listen to Fred Flintstone.
It's something between us.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was like, what does Duke need more coffee? I think my only critique of Duke is that he needs to sip on some coffee before he comes on these chats. That's it.
Yeah, my only critique of Duke is he probably needs to go to a sleep study.
Sleep studies don't do anything.
I thought he already did one.
He did one. That's when he started getting the itch behind his ear.
Oh, that's right.
After the sleep study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he had a floating sensation when he
probably
started
just
to
told him
drift
it
off
was
to
like
sleep.
they probably told him it was like some dry scalp.
Have you seen Fire in the Sky, Duke?
Yeah, it's my dad watched it with me when I was like 11, and that shit ruined everything after that.
Like,
dude, have you ever seen? Okay, so two movies you should see, Duke. One is called Communion with Christopher Walken. Should definitely watch that movie sometime. And then the other one is called have we watched The Fourth Kind?
Not together, no, and I'm not watching that again. That was too much.
The fourth.
Well, we need to have a marathon where
shit.
Was it? I feel like we watched an alien movie. Oh, what was it? Dark Skies. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's I hate that one too.
We watched Dark Skies, and then we watched that one. What was that one that came out last year? That wasn't that good. That only had the one good scene in it.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what's a good B movie.
Nope.
Movie. You would like
Nope.
it.
Nope. Yeah, nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, it had one good scene, and you got to admit that was a good scene when he's in the barn. That was.
I thought the best scene from that movie was like when everybody's inside of the alien getting digested, and you hear like buzz saws and people screaming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like that was terrible.
Popping noises and shit.
The barn scene was good when he's like backing up, and then all of a sudden that head pops around the corner.
I found a 4K restoration of when New Hope when C3PO and R2 land in the desert on Tatooine.
And does he have a silver leg?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
So
I put it
you
in
know
private
those
chat.
things that they put in your eyes, like you go to the eye doctor or something that holds your eyelids open.
Uh-huh.
The next time we do a meetup, we need to get a couple of those for Duke. You know, strap him to a chair and just have like a marathon of fucking like signs and dark skies and.
I think he
no.
will start shooting people if
Good
we
luck.
try to do
I'm
that.
We need to recreate that scene where the alien. Okay, so there's like a bright light above the dude, right, and fire in the sky, and then they like put that sheet over him, and he's like,
That
for a second,
latex
he's like,
shit.
"Oh, okay, you guys are being nice," and then this mist comes down, and the sheet turns to like a rubber freaking thing that's holding him down, and he can't move anymore. So we need to like go into Duke's room late at night, turn a bright light flashing in his eyeballs. We'll take a sheet, we'll put it over him, and we'll hold it down from four corners while someone takes a sock with like a bar of soap in it or something. Wait, that's a different movie.
Yeah, what?
Yo, first of all,
I don't think
I'm
we
gonna
should
fight
do any
all
of
of
that.
you. I'm gonna fight all of you.
I think we should force Duke to watch over and over again scenes of C-3PO with a golden leg.
Well, we're listening
do
to
any of
him.
that holding him down or anything. We should just,
Yeah, we should listen to 3PO right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
He's here again.
I don't think we should do anything that would cause Duke to start swinging because I don't feel like getting punched in the
I'm
face.
not gonna take all of you, but I'm gonna take like 3 of you. So you
I'm
can
a big
choose
boy,
which 3 are going down. Good luck. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna get.
That's why the
you're
sheet
missing the whole
thing's
thing. No. You're missing the whole thing. See, before we sneak in there, before we do anything, quietly, gently, handcuff all 4 of his arms and legs to the bed so he can't move first.
How are you getting
Right.
in the room?
Then you
tell
do all the rest
concierge.
of the shit.
I'm gonna tell the concierge, no matter anything the people say, do not give a card out. They are not my family. I don't know them. I'm alone on a business trip.
And we're gonna go to the concierge and be like, our friend has mental problems, and he may say some things to you about not letting us into his room. But we actually really need to check on him every night to make sure that he's okay. Yes. And he doesn't like his.
He's on medication, and he doesn't like to take his medication.
So we have to force him
to. So
that, and he's also a sleepwalker, so he tends to get up and wander around. We don't want him to get lost.
Safety of everyone at the hotel, we need you to let us in.
Yeah. That's not going to get the cops called on us or anything, is it? I'm just saying. My whole thing is that I think Duke, we need to sit him down, honestly, put a bag of popcorn in front of him, and force him to watch C-3PO with a golden leg. As far as like tying him down, let me tell you something about Leathernext.
Jesus
no
Christ.
better friend, no worst enemy. Don't.
I don't know. I'm thinking like that scene from Clockwork Orange, bro. Where he's like strapped down to the chair. He's got the things holding his eyelids open. Eyes so they don't dry out.
Good luck.
I'm not trying to get punched in the face by a veteran. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
I'm hitting somebody.
Hey, Matt, Eduardo's got a good bracket for next time. Best alien movie bracket.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Alien. Yeah.
Much crap we were giving Hasbro, though. I do like the fact they're bringing back the window boxes.
Yeah, when are we going to get those?
End of the year.
Oh, yay.
And I guarantee it had nothing to do with the fan that's being pissed off about it. Retailers were getting pissed off because they were getting returns with figure swaps.
Yeah.
Because there's in several groups got new people asking Target about that because Target quit taking returns for windowless packaging because of that.
Well, they're opening them up and taking the figure and then just taking the package back and take with a couple of rocks
some bullshit
in
there and then returning it and
exactly what they're doing.
That's fucked up.
They were doing it before they took the windows out. After they took the windows, it got bolted, like everybody said it was going to happen.
Yep. Oh, we got a super chat. Josh T says, "Is Duke saying we shouldn't be happy and that life sucks and keep recording his ceiling fan?"
I don't know. I didn't say that at all.
I shouldn't be happy.
God, that laugh.
I never said any of that. I was really good. Oh,
I could see Duke having. I could see Duke having his own little radio show talking about, watch out for the skies and everything.
Listen, okay, now I get it. It was not a dig on me. Now I get it.
What were you and Yankee arguing about the other night, Matt, on the Yankees chat?
Yeah, me and Yankee were arguing. Yeah.
What was it about? I forgot.
Something that doesn't concern this chat.
The not fun topics?
Yeah, the not geek related topics.
Exactly. This is the geek chat, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, me and Yankee got into it the other night. So.
Well, I mean, you can't have a conversation with Yankee. Because if you do, you're going to disagree about something. And if you disagree about something, then it's going to be a shouting contest.
He'll just mute you. He'll mute you and pretend like,
it's just really annoying to do that. And I like.
Except he won't mute me. He knows better.
I wonder why.
Well, don't you also have the power on his channel where you can pop in and out, willy nilly?
No, but he won't mute me. We've known each other long enough. He's not gonna do that shit to me. So.
We'll need some kikis on this. I just opened this up.
Oh Jesus! It's flopping around like a lit dick.
Damn.
What is that? Is that a transformer?
Yeah, it's the cartoon colorization, like special edition of Cyclonus.
Oh shit! That's Cyclonus. Cyclonus is a badass looking dude.
Yeah.
It's doing that because it's missing the dick hinge.
That's true.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the dick hinge.
The what?
No, you wouldn't know about
Dick.
Duke.
The Richard Hinge.
I mean, it's something that only the most high quality toys have now these days, Duke.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stay right out of it. Let's say I know my meat spin.
Good.
We'll have to get some kikis up.
Oh, by the way,
I'm gonna buy you an extra large barley
toy
popcorn
out there. So as you guys know, I dumped that fucking Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man from SH Figure Arts because it just sucked. So I sold it and got all my money back, and plus shipping. So I actually made out pretty good with that. So I went out and bought something else that I've been wanting to get for a while, and I can safely say I have found the best 1/12 scale Spider-Man figure that exists, and that is the Mafia.
Oh, nice!
This is the best.
That's a classic one.
This is by far the best Spider-Man figure I have ever seen.
Does it have dick?
It does have
really
a dick
detailed.
hinge. It's hidden. It's a secret compartment, but it does have the dick hinge.
Nice.
How much was the?
It was the same price as the SH Figure Arts. They're both about $90.
Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
$90.
It's good for
that
detail.
doll.
Yes.
That doll cost $90. Hold that up again.
$90 because I fucking didn't pay that. I sold something to get it. Something that I didn't pay $90 for.
That's a high point, Matt.
That's half a high point. But that's all right.
Honda, you act like that's a good comparison.
I'm just saying, dude. Like that's a high point.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's maybe a sky. Okay, calm down.
I mean, to be fair with Honda, because I'm like, I sometimes collect like with anime figures, and ours are a little bit way more bigger in detail.
Your
and
shit's way
they
more
cost that
expensive
price.
than ours.
Yeah,
Way more fucking expensive than the shit I collect.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jared, I got this. I know you got one. I don't know. You said something about getting the second one. This thing's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
he's great. Now that being said,
yeah.
there's not a lot going on with him. Like I can understand if you don't give a shit about Star-Lord, like don't buy him because but for a classic Star-Lord, that fucking thing's great. And then I got a fucking Yondu in.
Oh, sweet.
That's cool.
I missed the Yondu.
That's cool.
Yeah. I got fucking Yondu in.
That's the gayest Yondu I've ever seen.
That's the original Yondu.
I hate that they killed Yondu.
I got Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. He's sweet.
Yeah.
So, and he
I
actually
love,
comes with like a fairly fully articulated little BD1 with like fucking all his legs and shit move. and his head's on a ball joint and shit. It's actually pretty cool. It's a cool accessory. So he actually comes with like a fully functional little droid. Pretty cool.
That's a rock one right
For the
there.
toy nerds out there, there you go.
I don't think I own any toys.
I don't think I do
Well,
either, but I appreciate people who collect them. I'm good with that.
I've got a toy motorcycle actually. When I think about it, never mind. I have one toy.
I got a couple of toy revolvers. That's about it.
Dude, when we moved out of the place that I was in into this place, which is much smaller, the kids had probably 7 years worth of Nerf gun toys that I would like randomly buy when we're at the store, or it's a birthday or Christmas, here's an extra toy, you know, kind of thing. And we're not taking all of them. Way too many. I wish I had time to throw them on eBay. I wonder how much money we would have gotten for all of those. But I made the kids get rid of like a crap ton of their guns, like an entire arsenal of Nerf guns.
Nerf guns are actually pretty sought after, man. There's whole collecting community.
Oh yeah, especially the
Yeah,
older one.
We just didn't have room to take them with, and I didn't have time to do anything with them. You know what I mean?
No, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, because I went to right when I, came back home from Texas. I guess somebody was having like a weird. It was like you have like hang out with the boys, like a bachelor party, something. So it was like a Nerf gun thing that they were doing at the SoFi Stadium. It was giant.
Oh.
There was like kids with and adults all shooting Nerf guns. The motor ones, those were the cool ones. Like I had like a Gatling gun. I was just tearing people up with that. Yep. It was like it was one of the guys' friends who had all these Nerf guns. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Dude, they had all kinds of cool Nerf guns that we never had when I was a kid. Like
no shit.
5 looking ones. They had like double barrel break action shotgun ones. You know, like all these cool freaking guns. Like,
I remember like fucking like when I was a kid, the big moment in like, oh my god, toy guns have evolved was when the Super Soaker 50 came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that motherfucker, like, I had a Super Soaker edition for a few years when that bitch came out, which was like, I want to say Super Soaker came out in what, 89 or something like that? I can't remember. 89, 90.
Okay,
I remember.
you remember the Nerf gun? It was like just a normal pistol, but it had a secondary trigger, and it had one that would come out of the magazine well. So in the commercial, it was like, I surrender. And the kid would put his hands up or his gun up in the air. But then, and so the kid would be like, I got you, haha, but not shoot him. And then he'd be like, gotcha, bitch. And he would hit the button and he would like shoot out of the magazine well. And
the kid turned into Dave Chappelle. And
yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. That was my much sought after gun. And, it worked like one time when you fought with your friends, and they'd be like, I'll shoot you anyways.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, it's only good for one time.
Hey, it was super cool in the commercial, okay?
Yeah. Going in there, right?
So did they make a belt-fed mechanical Nerf gun? Because I'd totally be down to buy that.
They did, but But see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. When I went over there, because I'm like, I ain't played that in a very long time. Because I'm thinking like the phone tips. Like, the little dart one, like the little phone tip, and like, no, they got whole little different set ones now.
Oh, they got
those
the
ball ones. Those are the cool
balls,
ones
man.
now.
The
Those
little
ball
fucking,
ones.
those fucking
The balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little gel balls. Have you seen those guns that they've got now? Like, by the
like
ammo, it's like a fucking sugar packet or whatever, and then you like put it in water. And
it's like an Orby.
And and those ones are like, I heard they're like, oh, some are good or some are bad. Like, you got to know those gel things. Those are something totally different because I ain't related to Nerf.
No, what I'm saying is that's a different thing, and I kind of want to, like, I feel like that would be fun for practice without getting hurt, you know?
Yeah, It's kind of weird. Some of those look realistic too.
Dude, if we all lived close to each other, we would totally have to fucking start playing paintball.
Oh fuck yeah!
Paintball is fucking
either
great.
paintball or airsoft.
Yeah, well, it's airsoft now, dude.
Bless you.
I did airsoft, but I never did
man.
paintball.
Airsoft's for pussies. Fuck airsoft.
No, not so much.
Paintball will fuck you up, and it's great. That shit, you get smacked with a fucking paintball, you're fucking bleeding. It's fucking great, man. Airsoft is like, beep, 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 beep. I've been shot with airsoft a bunch of times. That's for pussies. You guys to get hit with a goddamn fucking paintball marker from about fucking 25 feet away, smack in the head. You got.
I hate watching those airsoft like videos, like
bleeding.
You get those videos like an airsoft, like this cheater won't say you got shot. How you know you got shot when you're that?
You can't
across the field and like
shot with a fucking paintball gun because it either leaves paint on you or a giant red whelp.
Yeah,
like
those videos
I never got
talking
shot
about, it's all made by the same person. I've seen those YouTube shorts too that you're talking about, and it's
I see them too.
My point is that with airsoft, you can literally recreate the gun you would normally carry on our actual real life loadout.
You're roboting
with air.
Now, if I'm out there playing, I don't give a shit if I can have something that looks like something else I have. I want a fucking paintball. Shooting a fucking paintball at like fucking 300 to 500 feet per second. That bitch will fuck you up. It adds something to the fucking scenario you're in, like it takes you way more serious than fucking airsoft. Airsoft was created because there were too many pussies who fucking didn't want to get shot with a paintball because it hurt.
I actually played in a couple of paintball tournaments to where they say you can't shoot someone within like 12 or 15 feet because it hurts so fucking bad and you'll bleed and you
Dude, I've been shot from 10 feet away in the back of the head and my scalp was bleeding. You have those helmets on that just cover the front of your face, and some dude came around behind me and went, pop! Bam! I had a big fucking knot on the back of my head. My scalp was bleeding and shit. But you know what? I had fucking fun. It was great.
I did not know how much they really hurt. I only knew about the if you wanted to fuck with people, freeze those,
I was going to say,
don't do that.
People say that
you're going to kill somebody.
Work because the shit they put in those paintballs doesn't freeze. It's like antifreeze. Yeah,
you got to put in like liquid nitrogen to freeze that.
Yeah,
stuff.
that shit doesn't actually freeze. That's a fucking myth.
So that was like a rumor thing way back in the day?
Yeah, it's a wild show.
Yeah,
didn't they have to like change the formula because people were freezing them?
Oh yeah,
when they first came out.
Yeah, because in the 90s when they originally came out with them, you could freeze the paint. But by the
I remember like a friend of mine actually froze them and went around shooting stuff around the neighborhood.
Yeah, early on when they had those old school paintball markers back in the 90s when they first hit the market, so the paintballs like that you would get, the liquid inside was you could freeze it, but they added basically antifreeze to it. The formula,
they made it more oily than watery, so it can't freeze.
Yeah.
See, but I mean, there were people doing it, though.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. You haven't been able to do that for like 20, 25 years.
Still love how that turned out.
Yeah, that fucking thing looks great.
I remember playing paintball one time, and I got shot from probably 15 feet away in the neck.
Yep. Now,
I completely forgot his eye color. I thought he had brown eyes. He's got like hazel eyes.
A dude in engineer school got dropped and made into a cook or something because he lost his eye in a paintball game. He didn't wear a mask, running around and got shot in the eye with a paintball gun, and they gutted his eye out. And had to go be a cook because he had no depth perception, couldn't be an operator.
Yeah, no, you got to.
As they say, it's all fun and games to lose an eye.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah, no, that shit was fucking great, man. Paintball's fun as shit. I'm gonna piss off a bunch of airsofters. Pussy airsofters.
It's real because
it's called Milsim.
Well, the thing about airsoft that's cool is just that, like the stuff that you can buy looks real and feels real and is weighted, and like that's what's cool about it.
You can test your loadout. You can test your loadout, like your magazine pouches and all that other shit. You can all test it out.
Or even just go play like a game and then you realize, dang, cardio sucks.
Yeah, you can do that too.
The airsoft looks so realistic too, though. It can also get you shot by the cops.
Well, that's why you have the orange tip. I mean, and don't be an asshole. Point your shit down if you're walking away from an airsoft game. Come on now.
A few years ago, there was a kid. in the city closest to me had headphones on and was carrying an airsoft and got shot.
Mm-hmm. Was he black?
Yes.
Yeah. Why'd you whisper it?
Wow.
We should talk about something else in the Geek channel.
Oh, jeez. Do y'all want to hear a funny story?
Is it really funny?
It's kind of funny.
Okay. Is it funny, haha, or is it funny?
Funny, haha. Slight
Okay.
backstory. So
All right.
when I was a little kid, my favorite animal was penguins.
Was it last week?
Yes. So my parents, for Christmas, like in 2005 or whatever, got me the documentary March of the Penguins. Because they're like, oh, penguins. Yeah, a lot of penguin death in there. So they put it on at Christmas, and me and my sister watched it, and like it traumatized my sister.
Yeah.
Well,
all these penguins dying.
Exactly. Well, my sister is pregnant and is having her kid like soon. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a good uncle. I'm gonna buy her like a bunch of movies, like Blu-rays.
Uncle.
Yeah, uncle. A bunch of Blu-rays to have. I got her, like Beauty and the Beast, Treasure Planet. What else? Land Before Time. Like classic movies.
Right.
And I was gonna wrap them all, and then on the bottom, I got a copy of March of the Penguins.
Yeah, you got to do that. But you got to record her reaction.
Yes, I will.
Why
would you give this to our son?
Well, add Transformers the movie
Our
too.
son, I got that.
Add Transformers the movie too. They kill Optimus Prime and a bunch of other Autobots.
Yeah, a lot of guys died in that, man. Fucking Ironhide, Ratchet, Prowl.
Ironhide basically got his torso blown off. Head and upper torso.
His head, yeah. He like point blank by Megatron.
I remember watching that as a kid, just being like, "What?"
Dude, my fucking world ended.
What?
I was like, "Oh my god, fuck my life," and I was like 9 years old.
It was like a traumatizing.
Because Optimus Prime, goddamn, got killed.
Like the opening, like the next to opening scene is just all these fucking Transformers, getting slaughtered on a ship. They're
right.
Like,
and all the ones you cared about too.
Right. It was all the G1 like Brawn and Prowl and Ratchet and Ironhide. You know what I mean? It was all of them. They all got fucking yeeted, man, big time.
And Prowl, like you see that
the smoke come out of his
face, eyes and mouth, and like.
Yeah, and Ratchet, same thing happens. Well, Ratchet gets yeeted inside Unicron later on, but like you see Ironhide get fucking point blank blasted.
Ratchet died in the ship with Ironhide.
No, he didn't. He died inside Unicron later on. He gets digested. Trust me. Ba week, Grana week, Ninny Bong. Trust me.
I've watched it 1,000 times.
Yeah, well, I have too, and I'm telling you, he gets digested inside Unicron.
Nerd fight.
Geek
fight.
Geek fight.
Yeah.
Nerd fight.
When they're showing,
he was on the ship. He was never on the moons.
No, he was. No, he was Ratchet. It gets digested inside the vat inside Unicron. Yeah, okay.
We're about to look this up. We're gonna settle this.
All right, I'm telling you. But Brawn gets his entire upper left. I think it's his upper left arm blown off. He's dead. I mean, Brawn, and a couple of other ones, But yeah, Ratchet gets dropped into the vat of digestive acid, right? Because Daniel, the human kid who's in the exosuit, is talking to his dad. His dad's like, "Hurry!" It's talking to Spike, and he's like, "Hurry!" like that. And you see Ratchet, like his face is coming out of the fluid, and he's like, his face is all contorted, like he's being melted down. You see him close up. Trust me on that.
That's not Ratchet, though.
Well, I think it is. So
let's see. I'm gonna find this.
Yeah, I'm the only person in the chat that knew what the universal greeting was when Matt threw it out. So I mean, I am a Transformers fucking geek nerd. I'm just saying.
Oh.
with that? Blop, bloop, bleep, blop, bloody, blom, blooba,
Ba weep, gra na weep, ninny bong, sucker. Get it right.
Blop, bloop, bleep, blop, bliggy, blom.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that.
Sucker.
Sucker.
Trying to find this here. Everything I'm looking up is like.
Here, I put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies on the Autobot shuttle.
Okay. Well, let me find you the scene. I'm going to find you the scene where he dies inside Unicron's digestive tank. So, and that should settle it. But here's the thing.
He dies in the
not
Autobot
if.
shuttle.
Here's the thing. Not if, but when I prove you wrong, will you capitulate?
Jesus.
I'm not wrong. So,
what kind of
if you can find it, sure. If you can find a scene that doesn't exist, sure.
You're wrong, Dan.
Right.
You're wrong again.
Okay.
Transformers for life.
Give me 1 second. Give me one second. And I will show you exactly. Huh?
Your second's up.
Blop, bloop, bleep, blop, blitty, dumb.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you guys are fighting about.
I don't know. Dan just dropped out, though.
Hold on.
Did we run Dan off?
No, he's probably searching. He's using the
hold
internet.
on. I'm looking at it here. Hold on.
Starscream shoots Ratchet in the chest with Megatron in gun mode.
He's never going to come back. It's going to be like the M16 11-inch barrel that y'all ran off full for him.
I have literally watched that movie 1,000 times.
Hey, what happened?
I thought he died in the fucking in on the ship at the beginning. So he
does. That's what I said. He does. The Decepticons attack the shuttle. Hit Ratchet, Prowl, Brawn, and
okay, Prowl just died. There's Ratchet and Ironhide going at it with the Decepticons. I can't show this because yep, Megatron just killed Ratchet. He's dead. Yep, Ratchet's dead. Megatron killed Ratchet at the beginning.
Those are generic bots that are dipped in the acid. It's not Ratchet.
I still don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Transformers the movie, the 1986.
Ratchet just died. Starscream shoots him with Megatron. Yep.
Man, I don't remember all the names.
Just saying.
Yeah, I never bothered learning anyone's name besides Megatron and Bumblebee.
And Starscream, because
yeah, well, and Starscream and fucking Megatron, Optimus Prime. That's the other one.
Yeah, and was it the other one, Jazz or something?
All right. Here's Mirage.
All right. What other geek topics do we have tonight, Duke? Because Mandalorian and Picard and all these shows are over, there's nothing to talk about. And there's no movies until next week when I go see Guardians of the Galaxy.
We were talking about that earlier.
That's it,
Ram
man.
cycle.
I mean, that's what we're 3 hours. We just hit 3, so.
I got the Ram cycle here.
That's cool.
Lele says, when's the new Transformers movie coming out with Beast characters in it? In June? Beginning of June, I think?
Yeah,
first week of June.
Finally, shit.
I do want to see that one. I do want to see that one. I was a huge Beast Wars fan. Beast Wars is in my opinion, best Transformers series we've ever gotten.
I should see it because I'm a Beast Wars fan, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not got the energy for look at Transformers.
Brian Deal in the chat. It's like, yep, Ratchet shot repeatedly in the chest by Megatron in gun mode. Yep. So who was wrong? That's what Brian said.
All right, guys. I think it's time to wind this one down. We done went to 3 hours. We were supposed to only go 2. But I think we're out of topics. We've done determined what the greatest comic book movie of all time is.
The Crow.
About Hasbro being assholes and sending investigators to go threaten people. We've talked about so many other things this evening that I think it is time that we bid everyone farewell and adieu. and tell you
No.
see you guys next week.
We're not going to wait till Dan to show us like Ratchet dies at the end.
The what?
Dan said he's going to come back and show us when Ratchet dies at the end.
Oh, really? I just saw Ratchet die. I just watched it.
I know.
He dies at the beginning of the movie.
I'm just shitting with you.
So that is it, guys. We will see you guys next time. We will see you. Jared's got his chat tomorrow night. We'll be back here on Monday for the NEA chat. So we will see you guys then. But that is it for Weekend Geek. So have fun. Enjoy the rest of your fucking weekend. And we'll see you guys later. So peace out.
Stay geeky, bitches.
Live long and prosper.
There we are.